Watching from the wings, bed, tonight. Have fun everyone.
Good evening! Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening! And welcome to Game Night on Saturday the 4th of June. I hope everyone is well. Can we start the evening with a dog? You want a puppy? Alright. Come join the lobby. There's a dog here, but that's not a pupper. Dex! Dexter! What's this boy? What have I got? Briggs, I'm going to go find the dog. I shall return. Come here, boy. What's this? What's this? Come and see Uncle Brooks. No! Release me! Do you want to come and see Uncle Proogs? Oh, let's go and show you a pupper. Do you want to see Uncle Proogs? No! Release me! This is Dexter. He's the spaniel. Oh, okay, you're wiggling. He's thrashing, he does not want to be up. He wasn't going to bother the cats, apparently. Well, that was a brief one. If he comes back later on, I'll show you again, Briggs, a bit later on. Yeah, he's a big old boy now, a big old Baniel. Anyway, there we go. Good evening. Welcome to game night on Saturday the 4th of June. It's Moneybox time. Two of you are going to hop into the voice chat, hopefully with me, and we can try and win you some fabulous life-changing amounts of pennies. We may be a little quieter tonight. There is a 24-hour game show marathon going on at the moment, which I dare say we'll raid into a bit later on. Yeah, maybe more people over there supporting that, which is fine. So we'll have a nice chilled out stream here. Got some Moneybox, got some Face Off, got some DangerZone, and I'm sure we'll all have a great time. In the meanwhile, good evening to Samster, Colo, ABMe, Lupine, Itzotli, Odd Garrett, to Daru, Shapes, Vision, Dante, Mark, Jack, Topper, Elias, Natter, Proogs, Zeus, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You're most welcome to be here. And if you want a chance to come play Moneybox tonight, you need to enter the letters DZFC into the chat. You'll be brought into the game. If you don't want to play in the hot seat game, and remember that you must have a microphone and be in the Discord if you want to play in the hot seat game. Then you can exclude if you don't want to be that person. But otherwise, do come and join the game. It'd be great to have you in here. This is a pack written by We Like Shapes. It is a touch on the tricky side, but hopefully it'll generate some good discussion all the same. So, we will give you a few minutes to come and join. And then we'll get our evening underway. We'll have some more set game later on because I've still got to export the pack from later on for DangerZone, so I've not quite done that yet, but we'll hopefully get around to it in a bit. So what's happening? Hashtag manifest Jack. Is that going to be a thing? Manifest Natter. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Like me saying accessible? Which I found out this week was a meme. Yeah, no one told me that was a thing, but there we go. Hello, Energy, welcome to the stream. Welcome on in, good to have you here. A few more minutes if you want to come and join, and then our game will begin, and all will be well. So, yes, hope you're all having a good weekend, enjoying the bank holiday, if you get one where you are. Certainly been having a nice time of it over here. I felt like I needed a lazy day today. Oh, come on, Miney, you come and say hello as well. No, I'm lying down on the floor. Pruse, can you see that dog in the corner there? Welcome, Riff and brand new Halo to the game. Welcome on in. There is a puppy down there who's being annoyed by the small dog. Miney, Dexter. No. There's some doggies down there anyway. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the bank holiday, whatever shape that is taking for you over this weekend. I felt we needed a lazy day today because we had some friends around for a barbecue last night, and it's just, hosting is just exhausting. It's just really knackering. I mean, I know it sounds silly, you know, you're having a bit of a social, but we were doing a barbecue and we were drinking at the same time, and it's just nightmare. Just nightmare. Anyway, 10 seconds to come and join the game. It was fun though. You weren't all invited. You are welcome at my house anytime, Samson. Mia casa, se casa, or however the expression goes. But yeah, no, I didn't give you a personal advice, but anyone is welcome anytime. Come play some pool, it'd be great. Cheers, welcome to the stream. Right, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Hope so, Topper. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, Clive. Your cat. Can I have your cats? I'm afraid not. No, you come and pet them when you come and visit, though. That's fine. 2, 1. All right, let's put a couple of you into the game, and find out what you can win from the money box tonight. Our hot seat pair are... Ho-ho! There he is, it manifested in Jack. You are in the money box hot seat along with Kolo Kola. Welcome to you both. Mikatsu Esukatsu. Is that the expression? Mikatsu Esukatsu. Esukatsu, something like that. Kolo and Jack, if you'd like to make your way down to the green room or possibly the broadcast studio. Oh, you're here already. Welcome both. How are you doing? Are we well?
Hi. Sorry. My a little bit behind there, so I'm still hearing you say hello.
Oh no, that's all good. We need to refresh the reality so that I'm more in real time. Obviously, let me have a brief chat with you both. Jack, first of all, hello.
Hello.
Apparently you got manifested in by the chat.
Yeah, no, this is literally the first thing Sam said when it opened was Jack Colo Dream Team.
Oh, and look what has happened. You and Colo are here together. I mean, I will say, it's not an easy pack. It's a tricky pack that comes from Shapes. I'm not going to say my favourite A word, but it's which is apparently a thing. But it's got its moments. You'll have a lot of fun with it. Have you played the game before, Jack?
Only in the audience. Mm-hmm. I think.
Okay. Well, we'll see how we get on in the hot seat night. Very best of luck to you. And Colo as well. On Team Jack Colo. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Excellent.
Nice, easy day.
How's the bank holiday been?
Well, it's half term anyway, so it's pretty much irrelevant.
Do you feel a bit shortchanged by
the
extra bank holiday because you're sort of on holiday anyway?
No, I get 5 days. I can't really feel shortchanged with that.
You'd have had 5 days even if the Jubilee was next week. I always felt shortchanged as a teacher when the first bank holiday of the June half term, the first Monday of the June half term was a bank holiday. It's like, oh, I should have that day off as well. Additionally, but still, I suppose you can't grumble with 5 days.
No.
Koda, have you played Moneybox before?
No.
Righto. So into the hot seat with Jack. Jack, who I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know Jack.
Yeah. Could you share the screen with us?
Of course. No. You need to be telepath. So has that not been made clear? No, I'll share the screen. There you go.
Thank you.
So, this question pack does come from We Like Shapes. A little bit on the tricky side, but hopefully we'll have some good discussion from the pair of you all the same. The way it works, there will be 12 categories presented. Of those 12 categories, you'll get to pick 8 of them and face 8 questions, each of which has a 50-50 choice. And the objective is to build up as big a jackpot as you can in your money box, with the hope that towards the end you might be able to keep or possibly share for one or both of you for life-changing amounts of pennies. That wasn't really a sentence, but I'm hoping the general just came across. I'll explain the rest of the rules as we go. If you're playing along in the audience game, make sure you've got Persephone's Twitchbot ready to whisper to. And gents, let's find out what your categories tonight are. They are football songs, comedians, and rackets are the first 3. Psychics, physics, and desserts are your next 3. Marches, games, and numbers. And finally, samples, galleries, and presidents. Those are your 12 categories tonight. Those are your remaining values. And that's about where we're up to. So, 8 cash values, 4 killers. Remember, if you find a killer and get it wrong, it halves your current jackpot. So you want to get them out of the game early or avoid them altogether if you can. For everyone that you get right, we will give you the value that you bring to your money box. And at the end of the game, there'll be 4 questions left, and one of those will be picked at random. So you probably don't want to leave 4 questions that you are both going to really struggle on towards the end, because otherwise we might have some tears before bedtime. And Johnny Chum, hello, welcome to the stream. And Johnny Chum, I do hope that you feel better soon. Thank you very much for that 15-month subscription earlier on, and rest easy and do get well soon. Jack, Coda, you ready to play?
Yep.
Okie dokie, let's bring in the money box. And there it is, your money box. So it's sort of one of you picks the category, one of you picks the coin, but all the way you can confer and keep an open comlink, as it were. But Jack, if you'd like to start us off, any categories there leaping out at you, or anything you'd like to run past Colo? Now's your time.
We're supposed to get rid of the ones we don't like first, aren't we?
Probably at least a couple, yeah.
I think football songs is the worst one though.
Okay.
I mean, all of the others are fairly nebulous, but
Are they?
well, marches,
Yeah, football songs is fine.
samples, football songs.
Football songs. All right, we'll load football songs in. And Cody, do you want to pick a coin to go with it?
C, please.
C for Colo Colo in an alternate universe, I'm sure. Let's put C into your money box. Coin values have been assigned at random to you in the lobby. You've got the same value distribution as shown on the screen, but they'll be assigned at random. The same rules apply, but you've only got 20 seconds in the audience to get your answer in either A or B, left or right, something like that. Let's take a look at your question on football songs. Which of these phrases appears in John Barnes' rap on New Order's 1990 World Cup song World in Motion? Is it defend and attack, or is it attack and defend?
Can we...
Oh, yeah.
Do we have to wait
Crack
for them
on.
to answer? Or...
No. You can start because of the latency anyway. There's a chance most people will have answered by the time I finish reading the question, and their time is now up. So,
Can you wrap this, Jack?
No.
Oh, it's defend and attack, I think. There's only one way to beat them, get round the back. Apparently.
well, that would rhyme. That would certainly rhyme. Though in order to beat them, get round the back, you have to attack and defend. That wouldn't really rhyme, would it?
No, it's defend and attack. Yeah.
We're going to play?
I'm not going to sing.
Sounds good to me.
All right, well, let's lock in A, defend and attack. First of all, let's find out if we're correct. Absolutely spot on there, Colo. Start. You've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hurt you and hit you and hurt you. Defend and attack. There's only one way to beat them. Get round the back. And so on, and so on, and so on. Few people unearthing a killer early on and getting that one wrong. A bit academic at this stage because, of course, half of nothing is still nothing. Very well done to Mark, Brand New Halo, and AB Lee, who've all got a right answer there, and 375 points going into your jackpot. Jack, Colo, let's find out what you brought into your... I almost wanted to say Jack and Colo. Let's find out what you brought into your Jack Colo, but that's not how it goes. What are you going to be bringing to your money box, or adding to your jackpot? Okay, I'm getting a strong sense of deja vu from the last time we played. You've unearthed a killer, it's out of the game. Wouldn't have made any difference whether you got it right or wrong on that question because a killer would have halved nothing. And it adds nothing, unfortunately, even for the right answer. So we'll get rid of it from the game and we will move on. So, Colo, one question down, 7 to go. Where are we going next?
Fancy some samples, Jack?
Sure.
Yeah?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's load some samples. And Jack, a coin?
K for Colo.
K for Colo. Let's put K into your money box. Coins assigned at random to our lobby players. And Jack and Colo, here is your question on samples. Which of these albums is recognised by Guinness World Records as the first to be made entirely from samples? Is it Endtroducing by DJ Shadow, or is it Since I Left You by the Avalanches? What do you think?
I don't know. You know, Jack?
I've always said I've got a rule that, like, if I know anything about music, Shapes knows it too. I'm going to assume these are both made entirely from samples. I think they are. Introducing was mid-90s, and Since I Left You was 2000, so I think it's Introducing.
Oh.
Solid.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
You got to go with that?
Yep.
We'll lock Introducing in then. First of all, let's find out, was that the right answer? Solid logicking there, Jack. Yeah, Introducing was released in 1995. References its source material with the front cover photo showing Lyrics Born and Chief Excel searching through shelves of 12-inch albums at Rare Records Sacramento, where Shadow obtained most of the records he sampled from. Conversely, Since I Left You was released in Australia in 2000, but not until 2001 elsewhere, as the claimed 3,500 samples required clearance. So, it's a lot of killers being found there. Riff and Vision, it's Sotley, Jers, Natter, and Garrett all finding killers on that one and getting it wrong. Half your jackpot if you had any there. Proogs and Clive and Zeus also finding a killer but getting a right answer. No big money wins there. Top of though finding 300 with the correct answer. Let's find out. Jack Colo, what did you bring to your money box? Okay, we're off the mark. Nice. 250 will take your jackpot up from 0, so there's definitely something going into that cash pot. Let's add that to your jackpot now and go to the next question. ABME, Halo and Mark with the lead of 375 at the moment. 250 on your jackpot clock now. We want to add a bit more to that. Jack, we're back to you. Question 3, what are we going for?
Alright. Is there anything you really like here that we should avoid?
Anything I really like?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. No, because they're all sort of wide enough that they could be something good or could be something bad. Yeah. So possibly rackets. I'm not too strong on tennis. If it's tennis.
We can just get rid of that now.
It's a shapes pack. There's a strong likelihood it might be about tennis.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
I mean, yeah, there's only one category that I really like the look of here, and you know what that is, but we'll go rackets. Oh. Yes, dessert.
Okay, we'll load rackets into the question box. And, Kodo, do you want to pick a coin?
Yeah, I'd love to have a J for... No, I can't think of anything.
J for
Jack.
J for Jack Wilfred. There we go. Let's load J into your money box. Coins are signed at random to our audience players. And here is your rackets question. Following a rule change in October 2021, all professional table tennis rackets must have one face that is which colour? Is it red or black? So, what do we think? Not tennis, no, a sort of whiff whack.
Well, most of the table tennis bats that we have at school are red on one side and black on the other, which
doesn't
particularly helpful.
I always thought they were sort of red and blue.
Oh no, there were ones that are red and blue. You're right, but I think there's also ones that are double black. But they're probably all well older than 2021 anyway.
And also professional.
Yeah.
School rackets perhaps not having to conform to that particular rule.
My instinct, because of remembering red and blue ones and the fact that you said some are double black, is that they changed it so that it had to be one red.
So you want to go for...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to logic this one out otherwise.
No. You want to go for what? Red?
Red.
Black? Red. Okay.
All right, we'll lock in red. First of all, let's see, is that the correct answer? No, we get a wobbly noise on that one. So prior to the rule change, all rackets had to be red on one side and black on the other. But the rule change introduced on the 1st of October 2021 has broadened the requirements, so now rackets must be matte black on one side and of a bright colour clearly distinguishable from black and from the colour of the ball on the other. So you could have a luminous green, or you could possibly have a light blue. But yes, they've changed it so it doesn't have to be black and red. I imagine there's probably some sponsorship clause maybe to do with that. I might be wrong. But yes, that is the drill. The second side can still be red if a player chooses, but this is no longer compulsory. Although people commonly call them bats, the ITTF uses rackets. So there you go. Interesting nugget of trivia for you there.
Paddles.
I thought they were called paddles as well. And I will continue to call them paddles, or possibly bats. Jers finding the 500 there, but with a wrong answer. Unfortunately, that gets lost from the game. Tadaru finding a killer with a wrong answer. That will halve your jackpot, whatever's there. Well done to Riff, though. 375 unearthed with the correct answer. That will be added to your jackpot. Let's find out. Jack and Colo, we don't want to see a killer right now. What did you bring to your money box? Okay, that's about as good as we could have hoped for. second lowest value on the board. Of course, it doesn't get added to your jackpot, but it's not a killer either, so it won't get halved. But we do have to lose the 125 from the game. ABD and Riff with the lead of 500 in there. And Colo, we're coming back to you for question 4. What do you like the look of?
Fancy galleries, Jack.
Yo.
Galleries, please.
Galleries. Let's take a look. After we've loaded in a coin. Jack, what do you fancy?
L for liking shapes.
L for liking shapes. Let's load L into your money box. Coins assigned at random in the lobby, and 20 seconds to get your answer in. Here is your question on galleries. Which of these arts complexes opened first? Was it the Centre Pompidou in Paris, or was it the Barbican Centre in London?
Oh, right. Let me just get my head around this. Do you know when either of these were opened?
I think they're quite close, because Pompidou stopped being French president in 1974. And I think it might have been one of the sort of grand projects under Mitterrand. And the Barbican, that's 60s, 70s. So I think it's quite close.
I think the Pompidou Centre opened in my lifetime.
Yeah. Well, if it is one of Mitterrand's,
it was late 70s.
Yeah, if it's Mitterrand's project, it's late 70s, 80s. So
Barbican Centre. I don't know. When did you think that was? You thought that was earlier?
I watched a video all about the Barbican. I can't actually put a date to it, but I think it's late 60s, early 70s. Because it was one of those metropolitan design things.
I think it's much later than that. The Barbican Centre, because I think that it appeared in a Frederick Forsyth book in the late 1980s and had only been open a while then. I would go for the Pompidou Centre myself.
I'm happy to go with that.
All right, we're going to lock in Centre Pompidou.
Yeah. Yeah, my memory of this.
Please try that again.
You've got a third person helping there.
Is Alexa trying to warn us?
Yeah.
Centre Pompidou?
Yeah, Pompidou.
Pompidou.
Yeah.
All right, we'll lock it in. First of all, let's find out, is it the right answer? Was that the right decision? Good call. Yes, the Pompidou Centre opened on the 31st of January 1977. Best known for its inside-out architecture by Richard Rogers and Renzo Piano. The Barbican Centre, located in the middle of the post-war Barbican estate, was opened by Elizabeth II, who declared it a modern wonder of the world on the 3rd of March. A message from our sponsor, Effrontery.
18.
Wasn't the 3rd of March 18, it was the 3rd of March 1982. Thank you very much for the 18-month subscription there, Effrontery. Yeah, just an extra bit of trivia from Shapes on this. When the Pompidou Centre opened, Barbican was only in its early stages, but it's very much one of those British engineering projects that got delayed repeatedly from its conception. So possibly, Jack, it was being talked about in the 60s, 70s, but didn't formally open until 1982. Very well done to Zeus there after a slow start. He's found the 500 and gotten it right. That is going to be very helpful to you. Vision and Prues, unfortunately, unearthing a killer with a wrong answer there. A few other nice values being found there, 300 and a 250. Let's find out. Jack, Colo, what did you bring to your money box? Oh, that's what we like to see. 375 on a right answer. Very nice indeed. Our jackpot is going to start creeping up, and as we approach the halfway point, we're going to be up to about 625 in our jackpot. Up and up. Let's add it to your jackpot. And there we go, 625. AB me with the lead of 750. Riff and Zeus in second with 500. So, we're halfway there. We've still got 4 cash values in play. No, we haven't. We've still got 5 cash values in play and 3 killers. Those killers can be very damaging. So we want to be thinking tactically now. Obviously, we want to leave at least a couple of safe questions for the end game, for the finale. But we also want to be thinking, ooh, we don't want to have anything too difficult now, which could result in halving our score. Fired, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Jack, I believe it's your choice. Where would you like to go?
I think Psychics is the worst one on the board now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking if we do we want to change our tactics now though, and actually try and get some questions right.
Yeah. Well, yes, but
Like, would you be gutted if we left presidents to the end and then it didn't get picked?
well, I wouldn't be gutted.
Don't lie, Jack.
But,
we all know you will be absolutely devastated.
You do want to see that question, though, don't you?
I do want to see that question eventually.
But do you want to see it now or late? Do you want to leave it for a safe one towards the end of the run?
I think we've still got to do it on a sort of curve still, and leave the best ones till the end. I'm just terrified of what Psychics is. I just want it off the board. Yeah, Psychics.
Psychics? Okay, let's load Psychics. Kolo, would you like to select a coin?
Yeah, could I have an F, please, Ben?
F. Let's put F into your money box. There it is. Coins assigned at random in the lobby. And a question for you on Psychics. Which of these symbols appears in a set of Zener cards as created in the 1930s by Carl Zener for his experiments in telepathy and extrasensory perception? Is it a triangle or is it a star?
You know, Jack?
Nope.
Well, there's wavy lines, there's a square, there's a circle. What's the other one? Like a plus sign and a star. So there is no triangle.
Oh, so it's one you know, Kolo.
Yeah, it's definitely star.
I was thinking when I was trying to logic it out, I thought star just seemed like it would be there, and that triangle would be a sort of glaring exception. But you know it, so star it is.
Okay, we will lock in star. Just a reminder, if we can, keep spoilers out of the chat until after our hot seat players have locked in, even though they're probably not watching the Twitch chat, they might have it open on another screen. So let's just keep it spoiler-free until after the answer has been revealed. I'd be most grateful. So, first of all, let's find out, is star indeed the right answer? Yes, of course it is. Set of Zener cards consists of 25 cards, 5 each of a circle, a plus sign, 3 wavy lines, a square, and a star. Clairvoyance experiments required the subject to guess the next card before turning it over. Telepathy tests required one participant to select and look at a card and to attempt to send this to an out-of-sight second test subject purely using their mind. Today, the tests generally aren't held to be particularly indicative of anything. Selecting purely at random 25 times would be expected to yield between 3 and 7 correct answers. More than this would be statistically unlikely, but not impossible. So, there we go. Very well done there, Kolo. Brand new Halo. Finding a killer with a wrong answer. That is going to be half your jackpot. But very well done to Vision and Riff. Finding the top of the game with the right answer. 500 going your way. Nicely done. Let's find out, though, Jack and Kolo. Is this going to be fortuitous for you? What did you bring to your money box? Another big cash value, 300. Very nice indeed. Still avoiding that 500, the max value, which is still hidden among the remaining coins somewhere. But we are now down to the odds being pretty close. 4 cash values and 3 killers with just 3 questions remaining. We'll see how we get on from here. But for now, let's add 300 to your jackpot. And Riff breaking into 4 figures with the South, 1,000 AVMs on 750, Topper and Zeus in third on 700. Jack and Kolo up to 925. You've got 3 questions left, and statistical likelihood of finding a killer at this stage is approaching 50%, which is pretty high, but as not impossible. So, Kolo, where would you like to go next?
I'm fancying desserts, Jack. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Sure.
Desserts, please.
Let's have some desserts. And Jack, a coin to go with your dessert.
A for what I hope this question is accessible.
Very nice. Let's load A into your money box. And coins assigned at random to our lobby players. Let's take a look at your question on desserts. Which of these is a dessert? Is it a demi-glace or a semi-Fredo? Sort of a languagey sort of question here, really. There's the lobby locked in. What do you think?
Semi-Fredo is just ice cream, isn't it?
Well, it's like a. It's definitely a dessert, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I've definitely heard it on MasterChef. It like a dessert, and it's got a semi-Fredo on the side. Yeah. Semi-Fredo.
Demi-glace is possibly trying to push us towards ice cream as well, but I don't know what demi-glace is. It could be anything. But semi-Fredo is definitely... Yeah.
Semi-Fredo?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's lock it in. Oop, if I focus on the right window. Oops, what have I done? Was that refresh or something? I don't know. Let's lock it in. Semi-Fredo is locked in. Let's find out, was that the right decision? Yes, it was. Good spot there on the demi-glace as well. Glace is indeed the French name for ice cream. It also means, hang on, although glace, G-L-A-C-E, pronounced to rhyme with mass, so glace, rather than glacé like the cherries, it's the French name for ice cream. It also means glaze, which is the etymology at work in demi-glace. It is a combination in equal proportions, hence demi, of a brown meat-based stock sauce and another sauce, traditionally the Española, which is itself a meat and vegetable stock. Other versions are made by combining the brown stock with red wine or mushrooms. As you correctly point out, a semi-Fredo is a dessert made in broadly the same way as ice cream, but with the eggs beaten to an airy foam, making it lighter in texture and more like a frozen mousse than the denser texture of ice cream. Good logic and knowledge there. Samster unearthing 500 with the correct answer. Zeus managing to find 375 with the correct answer. Just Halo finding that killer with the wrong answer there. In fact, the only killer to be found at all. Jackpot's going to be cut in half with that, unfortunately, brand new Halo. Let's find out, Jack and Colo, what did you bring to your money box? $150. Still in cash, third highest value remaining in the game. That's a good position to be in. With 2 questions left, you are now at 50-50. 3 killers and 3 cash values. One of them is the lowest cash value of the game. One of them, the 150, and that 500 is still up there as well. If you're going to find a killer, I'd recommend finding it on the next question and getting it right, and then try and find that 500 at the end. But let's see what happens. As we go into 4 figures, we add that 150 to your jackpot. And Riff with the lead, 1300, Zeus in second, Samsa in third, and Gents, you're at 1075 in your jackpot. 2 questions now remain. I would advise you to have a brief conversation about what you think you'd like to leave for the end. Remember, it's a random 1 in 4 choice by the computer as to which one you do get and which ones you'd like to play now. But Jack, the decision is ultimately with you on this question. What are you going to do?
And I'd least like to end up within the final Jack as presidents. But other than that, I'm sort of I'm fine with any of the others, I think. So if there's one, maybe Marches is the one that's a bit odd.
Should we do Marches and then Presidents? Just so that Marches we just hope that we do well, and then Presidents we can definitely either get money or stave off a killer.
Okay.
That is
Marches.
That is some confidence there from Jack. You don't know what's coming up with presidents. It could be the president of somewhere other than somewhere obvious, but we will find out in just a minute. Marches.
Jack would know it.
I memorised the Filipino presidents just so that I'd be okay with JC Eurovision packs.
Fair enough. Well then, let's load Marches into the question pack. And remember, you just said that, Jack, because it's quite curious that you have. Colo, would you like to pick a coin to go with marches?
Yeah, let's have I, as in the middle of Filipino.
I, as in the middle of Filipino. Let's load I to your money box. And let's take a look at your question on marches. Held on June 26, 1994, the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall Riots, the event that is widely held to be the first LGBTQ+ Pride March in Asia, was held in which country? Was it the Philippines, or was it Taiwan? And that's everyone from the lobby locked in. What do you think?
Taiwan was the first Asian country to legalize same-sex marriage.
Right.
Whether that is a red herring for someone who knows that, I don't know. But that would be what I would guess based on that. The Philippines had just come out of, 10 years ago, but they'd just come out of military dictatorship, so they may be a bit slow on that. Perhaps. I know they definitely don't have a lot of progress now. I would still, I would go for Taiwan.
Okay. Yeah.
Taiwan?
Sounds like Jack knows more about this than I do. So.
Because I've just realised as well that Taiwan only really democratized in sort of around 1998, 2000. I'll go with it. We'll go with Taiwan because
Sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't have a solid reason to go for the Philippines. I've just got doubts with Taiwan.
I'm unlocking.
What are you saying?
Go on,
'Cause I
discuss
would've
some more.
gone for the
Discuss some more. I
Philippines on
want
this.
you to be sure.
I would have gone with the Philippines on this, just because I would, without any real knowledge. But you'd convinced me it was Taiwan. But now you sound a bit doubtful.
It was just that I'm not sure that a country that sort of didn't have democracy would have a Pride March. And Taiwan only democratized around 2000. I mean, Lee Teng-hui was the sort of reformer, but I don't know how much of a reformer he was, really.
So are you persuading yourself now that it's the Philippines?
I really don't know. Because that's normally what I base it off, how sort of democratized liberal is the country.
Just looking at the question again, we're talking about the march that we're looking for that in Asia happened in 1994. Yeah. Is that what the question means? Yeah.
Yes. Just let me read through my notes briefly, just so that we're all completely clear on it.
Yeah, because Stonewall riots went in '94.
I don't know that. I couldn't tell you either way. But if held on June 26, 1994, the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall riots. So yes, the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall riots was June 26, 1994. There was an event that is widely held to be the first LGBTQ+ Pride March in Asia. Was held in which country? So the first Pride March was June 1994 on the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall riots, which were presumably 25 years earlier.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let you go for this, Jack. Whichever you think.
I'm gonna. The thing that's in my head now is I'm not sure Taiwan, because it sort of went liberalised as a society very, very fast. It sort of did it in reaction to China, whereas the Philippines has sort of also did it very, very fast but earlier, and it just sort of has delayed on that route. I don't think it's a very sort of liberal society now.
Okay.
But it did have sort of, under Aquino, it was probably quite liberal.
Yeah, because we're talking nearly 30 years ago here.
Yeah.
I am going to have to press you for an answer, gentlemen. What are we going to go for?
I'm going to go with the Philippines because I think Taiwan is a red herring.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you both said yes. Philippines is locked in. A lot of the things you were saying I have got down here on my notes, which are extensive because they come from Shapes, which is all very interesting. No. First of all, let's find out what was the correct answer. It was the Philippines. Right to change your mind. Yeah, so the first Pride March was held in Quezon City, located to the northeast of Manila and part of the wider capital region. It was organised by a progressive organisation of gays in the Philippines and the Metropolitan Community Church of Manila, and had about 50 participants. In 2019, the most recent in-person event, 70,000 people took part in Metro Manila Pride. Taiwan's first Pride only took place in 2003, but in 2019 the country became the first in Asia to legalise same-sex marriage. So, more progressive as of late, but the Philippines did get there with the first Pride March first. Good logicking and some interesting trivia to add to that there. Riff! Oh, on question 7, finding a killer and getting it wrong, I'm afraid you're going to halve your jackpot. My dude, that is an oof moment. And commiserations to AB, me and Topper, who found the 500 but got it wrong. But well done to Tadara and Odd Garrett, who found the 500 and got it right. Now, Jack and Colo, with one question to go, there's 3 cash and 3 killers up there. What did you bring to your money box? Woohoo! It was a killer! It was a killer. No more cash being added, but that could have been absolutely devastating. 530 odd points would have been wiped from your total had you gone for Taiwan there, but very well played. You don't add any more, you're going to stick at 1075, but you're not going to lose any either. Let's lose that killer from the game. Riff dropping down to 650. Samson now taking the lead. Zeus in second and Mark is in third. Remember, there are no gold, silvers and bronzes in this game. It's all about the pennies, so to speak, and the leaderboard for Jack and Colo. Now, one more question. 3 cash values, the highest and the lowest, and 1 in the middle, 200, and 2 killers, which of course we'd like to avoid. You were leaning towards presidents before the last question, which will leave you comedians, physics, games, and numbers as one of those questions for the finale. What are we going to go for question number 8?
Presidents and hope it's about cheese.
Presidents and hope it's about cheese. Let's load the president's question. And Jack, the final decision with you for a coin. Let's see if we can make it a good one to put in your money box.
B for Ben.
B for Ben, I hope it brings you good fortune. Let's load B into your money box. And coins assigned at random in the lobby. Here is your question on presidents. Which of these US presidents served for the greater number of days? Was it John F. Kennedy or was it Gerald Ford?
Okay, I can work this one out. So John F. Kennedy served. Oh, they're both close. So from the 20th of January 1961, 2 years and 10 months, because he was assassinated on November 22nd, 1963. So that's
correct.
2 years, 10 months, 2 days. Gerald Ford took office on August 8th, 1974, which is where this gets a little bit more complicated. So, how much is that the next January 20th? So that's August, September, November, October, December.
In any order.
January. Yeah. I got that. Yeah, September, October, November, December, January. 5 months, 12 days, and then we're at 1975. So that's 2 years, 5 months, 12 days. So, what did I say for Kennedy again? I think Kennedy served for longer.
2 years, 10 months, and a day.
Yeah, 2 years, 10 months, and 2 days. Yeah, by 5 months it has to be John F. Kennedy.
We're going Kennedy?
Yeah. I really hope I'm right now.
Okay, let's lock John F. Kennedy in. Whew. No turning back. Was that the correct answer? Yes, it was. Good maths there, Jack. Ford was president for just under 2.5 years. It was the 9th of August 1974 to the 20th of January 1977, so 895 days, succeeding Richard Nixon following the latter's resignation in the wake of the Watergate scandal, but losing the 1976 election to
Jimmy Carter.
Kennedy had served for 2 years, 10 months and 2 days, as you very accurately pointed out. 20th of January 1961 to the 22nd of November 1963. 1,036 days by the time of his assassination. Very well played. It is the right answer. Mark, Tadaru, Garrett and Lupine all finding a killer with a wrong answer. Very bad luck. That is going to take 50% off your jackpot total. Prugs and brand new Halo finding the 500 on the last question, but getting it wrong. Unfortunately, you don't get that bonus. It's certainly not getting that 375 either. Samson picking up 250. That's about the most to write home. That's going to cement his lead at the top. But let's find out. Is it going to be playing for 1075? Is it going to be playing... We know it's not going to be halving, because we've got it right. But it's going to be 1075, 1175, 1275 or 1575. What did you two bring to your money box?
Oh, nice.
It was the top of the game, the 500 coin in your money box with the right answer. That is going to be added to your total. Very well played, and you're leaving a nice symmetry up on the board. 2 killers, the 100 and the 200. That's a pretty good game, I think you'd agree. Let's add it to your money box before something happens, and we'll go to the finale. So we finish up in the lobby. Samson 1525, Zeus 1225, Vision 900, AB Me 850, and Riff 775 would be our top 5. And Jack and Colo up to 1575, and it's time for the finale. Okay, so big points at stake here. It will be top of the leaderboard if you can pull this off for one or both of you. Here are the rules. In a moment, you will be shown one of these remaining questions: comedians, physics, games, or numbers. Don't know which. The computer will pick one at random for you very kindly. You will then have to answer the question independently. This is the first time where you're answering independently. You're still playing as a team, though. You're not trying to outdo each other, but you've got to trust each other. And this is the one question that you do need to answer to Persephone's Twitch bot in the Twitch chat. Just a quick reminder for you. Once the question is on display, I must ask that there is no further conferring. I will give you an opportunity in a minute to have a little chat about potential strategies. If you both give me the right answer, then you take the 1,575 pennies and you share it between you, taking home 787 pennies each. I think it rounds down. 787 pennies each, which would be lovely. If one of you is right and one of you is wrong, the player who is wrong gets nothing, but the player who is right wins 1,575, the whole lot. If both of you are wrong, then you both leave with nothing. You have, however, got a bit of an out, a bit of a lifeline if the question comes up and you're not sure about it, particularly if you think that your partner will know it. If you choose to pass the question, and you must type the word pass, exactly, P-A-S-S to the bot, that will effectively mirror your opponent's answer. So your teammate's answer. So if your teammate gets it right and you pass, it's treated as if you're both right. If your teammate's wrong and you pass, it's treated as if you're both wrong. And if you both choose to pass, then you will both be treated as wrong and leave with nothing. That is the rule of the game. In the audience game, choosing the correct answer will bank 100% of your points. The incorrect answer, only 10% of your points. And choosing to pass will bank 50%, and an abstention will be treated as a pass. It's 20 seconds or plus 5 seconds lock-in time for the hot seat players. Pennies are then paid out at a rate of 10% of your final score. So, Colo, Jack, I'm going to give you a few seconds now to have a quick chat about any strategies you might want to employ based on which question comes up. The floor is yours. 30 seconds, just have a quick chat.
I feel more confident on games than numbers.
Okay.
But
I don't
if
really know. I think the
Yeah,
best thing to do is if you've got a reasonable guess, have a guess, and I will too. As if one of us gets, if you get the money and I don't, I'm quite happy with that. So, but I don't want us to walk away with nothing.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, a reminder, you must not confer. No thank you, Wonderboy HG. Goodbye. We don't want any of that. You must not confer once the category is selected. And I must also ask that you contain your reactions after the correct answer is displayed in the interest of building suspense for our friends in the audience. So, you'll have 20 seconds to get your answers in. Nothing will show on the screen for the first 20 seconds. If you've both answered within that 20 seconds, after 20 seconds it will lock, and lobby will have 5 seconds. If you haven't both answered, the lobby will lock 5 seconds after you both have done so. Good luck to you both. And the finale category is games. Games has been selected for you. So, very best of luck to you both. No more conferring. Here is your finale question. Which of these games contains fewer cards in its standard deck? Is it Zechs Nimmt or is it Uno? Fewer cards is what we're after. There is a lock-in from Jack, and there's a lock-in from Colo. 5 seconds to get an answer in the lobby. Samson and Vision abstaining on that one, so will bank out 50% of whatever they had, and then paid out at a rate of 10%. So, which of these games contains fewer cards in its standard deck? The correct answer, and the tick will show up to indicate what is the correct answer, so don't read any more into that. The correct answer is Zechs Nimmt. Zechs Nimmt is German, so the 6 is pronounced Zechs. It contains 104 cards, numbered 1 to 104. Players simultaneously select one card from the hand, which is then placed on the end of one of the 4 rows on the table, according to which row has the closest number below the one being played. If a player completes a row of 6 cards on the table, they must pick all of those cards up. The title translators take 6 and incur the number of penalty points they bear. Uno has a deck of 108 cards, so 4 more than Zechs Nimmt. 4 wild cards, 4 wild draw cards, which force the next player to take on 4 additional cards, and 25 cards, each in the 4 main colours, which either bear numbers 0 to 9, or the actions skip next player, reverse direction of play, and draw 2 cards for the next player. Players aim to discard all of their hands of cards first. New versions of Uno also contain 4 customisable blank wild cards, which have taken the total to 112. So, payout rate is on the screen. Zeus, you are our winner with 12.25. AB me in second with 8.50. Samster in third with 7.62. Divide that by 10. That is the number of pennies that you will be paid out. Thank you very much for playing. But Jack and Colo, it all comes down to this. 1,575 pennies up for grabs for one or both of you. Have you been very, very clever? Or has it all gone horribly wrong at the end? What did you say? Oh!
Well done, Jack.
It's the bittersweet ending. Jack, you were absolutely right to go for Zechs Nimmt. Colo going for Uno, not the right answer there. Oh, Colo, commiserations. Oh.
No, that's all right. I was spending all that time thinking, God, I hope Jack has got it right. God, I hope Jack has got it right. But, those pennies, yeah, they're not going back to the bank. And that's the right
yes,
thing.
they are going into circulation, so to speak.
My logic was I knew Uno had 0 to 9, and I thought Zechs Nimmt might have like 1 to 6. So if it was like a deck of cards, it would have more because it was 0 to 9. Which is completely wrong, but
I played both and knew that they both had a hell of a lot of cards. but yeah, that didn't help, unfortunately.
I have to say, I've never played Zexnimt, and I haven't played Uno for a long time. I knew Uno had a lot, and would probably have gone for Zexnimt just on the grounds that I'd never heard of it. But, bittersweet. But, Colo, you've been an absolutely fantastic contestant, and it's been a wonderful game having you and Jack both here. It is a happy ending for Jack, who goes away with 1,575 pennies to add to his total. Very, very well played, Jack. And huge thanks as well to We Like Shapes for a delightful, if slightly hairy in places, question pack. I hope you all enjoyed playing it in the lobby as well. For now, Colo and Jack, do go grab yourselves a drink or something, have a cup of tea or a beer, put your feet up, and hopefully we'll see you for the rest of the stream a bit later on. But for now, thank you both very much for playing.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Ben.
much.
Thanks, Shapes.
Oh, bittersweet. Bittersweet that ending goes, but hey, that is the game, and Jack leaves us with 1,575 pennies. Well played to you both. Some really good answers and a pretty high total. Let's just take a quick peep at that leaderboard and see what that is going to do to it on the Moneybox leaderboard. Yeah, there is a tie in first place with Zeus and Lupine, both on 900. But Jack, you have taken the top spot, 1,575 pennies. Jack going straight into first place on that Moneybox leaderboard. Commiserations to Colo, but as he said, at least it's going into circulation and not back to the bank. So that is the end of the first game for this evening, but don't go away, because right after the break, the face-off Day 3 heats continue, and we've got a very exciting game lined up for you. I do hope you'll stick around for it to meet our players and cheer them on, and of course we've got Lupine's DangerZone pack coming towards the end of the evening. Lots of fun and a nice little throwback to yesteryear themed throughout it. You'll have to stick around to find out what that is exactly. But for now, thank you again to Shapes. Congratulations to Jack. You've been playing Moneybox. Don't go away, because we'll be right back. If I focus on the right window. Game, do your thing. Do your thing, game. Do your thing. I got this sign off just right and everything. It was so good. And now I'm talking over the credits. This is so annoying when things. So much for doing it live. Don't touch that dial, because right after the break, the Day 3 face-off heats continue. You'd be mad to miss them. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where the face-off heats continue. We're up to day 3, the second heat of day 3, and a very interesting match that we have got lined up for you as well. Just before we jump into that, let's take a quick peep at the leaderboard and see how the scores stand at the moment. Derek has played 3 and won 3, 12 points sitting at the top of the leaderboard. We got Mark with a C, currently on 8 points, 2 from 2, and Mark with a K, also on 8 points, 2 from 2, about to play his third. Can he match Derek's, or can he even progress above Mark with the C? We will find out very shortly. Colo currently there with 6 points, Inca with 5, Zeus and Claire both with 4, and again Zeus about to play day number 3 right here. David and Jack both on 3, Arun, Liam, Anonymous and Benzie all on 2. Liam about to play game number 3 here as well, hoping to claw some more points onto his score and climb up the leaderboard a bit more. Ralph and Samson with 1, and top of the 4th of our participants tonight yet to score in the game, but this could be the heat that makes all the difference. Those are the standings as of right now. Let's meet tonight's face-off competitors. We've got Liam, 26-year-old maths teacher from Doncaster. We've got Mark, our 40-year-old graduate admissions administrator from London. We have Zeus, our 32-year-old business analyst, also from London. And we have Topper, our 28-year-old programmer from Reading. To all 4 of you, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, great to have you all with us. Thank you for joining us. First of all, Liam, let's have a quick chat with yourself. Pretty okay performance so far. No wins yet, but 2 points on the board. Currently in a sort of playoff position, depending on tie-break metrics. How's your experience been up to this point as we approach the halfway mark? Are we having the Liam problem in the broadcast studio again? Let's go down to the green room, everyone. Let's go to the green room, and we'll hopefully fix that down there. So, Liam, I'm hoping you heard my question, even if you weren't able to answer it.
No, that's the first I've heard you.
Okay. Well, I was just to say, not too much of a, not too bad a performance so far. 2 points on the board, yet to win one, but still relatively early days. Obviously, your first heat, you ended up with no points, but then obviously picking up 2 points on the second day, coming second to Mark. How are you feeling coming into sort of the halfway point?
Yeah, I think slow start. Last time was all right. Hopefully, you can carry on that trajectory.
Let's hope so. Very best of luck to you this evening. And facing off against Liam is Mark. Good evening.
Good evening.
Great to have you with us. On the other side of the fence, you've dished it out in the first game, and now you're going to be on the receiving end in this one. Thank you again for that question pack in the Moneybox. You've had a pretty strong tournament so far. 2 heats, 2 victories. The first one taking out Jack, Anonymous and Arun on the day 1 heats, and then the day 2 heats, where are you? Seeing off Samster, Claire and David. So some pretty tough opponents come your way already, and you've come out on top both times. You must be feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm happy with how that's sort of turned out so far, especially because last time it was my blue game in the schedule, so
Yes.
to sort of have the sort of the relative disadvantage of going first and still sort of pull that one out as a win was a good result to get.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if you can make it. You can match Derek's record and make it 3 from 3. Wish you the very best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And there's a plane taking off somewhere. Facing off against Liam and
Sorry,
Mark.
that's outside my flat.
No worries.
Go on.
Don't worry about it. Facing off against Liam and Mark is Zeus. Zeus, good evening.
Hello.
Great to have you back with us again. Again, it's been a tournament of two halves for you so far, having a bit of a tricky start against Ben's J, DVD, Smith and Derek in the day 1 heat, and not getting any points, but then in the day 2 heat, managing to pull off a stunning victory and seeing off Lupine, Innis and Anonyman and picking up 4 points. So that must have been a pretty sort of, what's the word I'm after? Encouraging, I suppose, after perhaps not the best start.
Yeah, it was a very nice feeling, and I'll be honest, if those are the only points I get in the entire tournament, I'll still be happy, because I'm still kind of riding that high.
Well, let's see if you can keep riding it into your day 3 heat. Very best of luck to you. And facing off against Liam, Mark and Zeus is Topper. Topper, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, great to have you with us. It's been a bit of a tricky half. 2 heats, yet to get any points. Still plenty of time to go. However, you are going to need to start capitalising on those points soon. Being beaten by Mark, Samster and Innis in the first round, so a very, very tough opening heat there. And then, again, same story against Jack, Derek and Colo on day number 2. I'm assuming that you're not just sort of resigning yourself to this. You're still coming out of the gates fighting.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. You know,
man.
it's a night out.
It's a nice out. Good to hear. Not a cat, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. It's a lot to play for. It's going to be a very interesting heat with these 4 tonight, because they could tell a lot of stories on the leaderboard, no matter what the results. A reminder for our viewers at home, and just for our hot seat players in case they had forgotten this from the other night. Due to scheduling conflicts, this is the heats that we're playing out on day 3 were originally fixed for day 5. Still means that the players all play each other exactly once, so there won't be any repeat players, but it might mean the players are on the blue chair or another colour for the first time, because the seeded positions for the seats on day 5 were decided at random before the tournament even began. So just in the interest of unbiased sportsmanship, and just to clarify in case you're thinking, hang on, hasn't that player already been that colour? That's the reason why. So Liam, Mark, Zeus and Topper, it is day 3 and your heat is about to begin. Let's go to the face-off arena. So, Liam on the blue chair means you are going to be answering questions first. Quick recap of the rules for everybody. 60 seconds each on each of your clocks, I should say. If you get a question right, your clock stops and it moves on to the next player. If you don't, your clock stays on. You keep getting questions until you get one right or you run out of time. First player to run out of time will be eliminated and score no points. Rinse and repeat with 3 players in 90 seconds and then 2 players at 120 seconds, with third place getting a single point, the runner-up getting 2 and the winner getting 4. That's the drill. You all know how to play. Very best of luck to all of you. Liam, you're answering questions first. And Liam, your time starts. Now, Liam, what was the surname of the president known as Silent Cal? Correct. Mark, Pinochle is a type of
Game.
what? Correct. Zeus, the mango tree is indigenous to what continent?
Asia.
Correct. Topper, which 1980s drama featured the character Yossa Hughes?
Pass.
Boys from the Black Stuff. What K is a 3-letter slang word for a nap?
Hip.
Correct. Liam, antibodies are present in the gamma globulin found in which bodily fluid?
Blood.
Correct. Mark, what A is the repeated failure of employees to turn up for work?
Absence.
Pausing it just because I want a minute to process it and I couldn't quite get to the button in time. Absenteeism is the answer I've got down, which to my brain is an acceptable answer. Hopefully that isn't going to cause too much drama on that stop as we move on to Zeus. Your question is going to be next and we'll come to you in 3, 2, 1. An album sung by Robbie Williams is called Swing When You're
Winning.
What? Correct. Topper, the flag of Jamaica is yellow, black and which other
Green.
colour? Correct. Liam, the songs I Dreamed a Dream and On My Own are in which musical?
Les Miserables.
And his orchestra. Mark, which type of American whiskey potentially derives its
Bourbon.
name from... Correct. Zeus, how many British monarchs have been called King George?
4.
6. The Parliament of Australia came into being at the beginning of which century?
19th?
20th. In which sport did Jason Leonard represent England?
Football.
No, rugby union. The British and American versions of which TV series are about Frank Gallagher and is
Shameless.
correct. Topper, the equivalent in Scotland of England's Attorney General is the Lord what?
General.
Advocate. Which year came immediately before 99 BC?
100 BC.
Correct. Leah, which plant is cultivars described as trumpet, poeticus, and it's daffodil? In 2003, which Australian pop star began dating the French actor Olivier?
no.
Correct. Mark, which Burton's biscuit is named after the Beano character Roger?
Jammy Dodger.
Correct. Zeus, which word can come before saucer, squad, and squirrel to make well-known phrases?
Pass.
It's flying. What L is the word commonly used to denote a female lion?
Lioness.
Is correct. Topper, Lord Beaverbrook and Lord Rothermere were proprietors of which
Pass.
type of newspapers? What is the first name of the lead female character in The Sound of Music?
Oh, Maria.
Correct. Liam, the Royal Air Force College at Cranwell is in which English county?
Norfolk.
No, it's Lincolnshire. Carlism was a political movement in what country?
Germany.
No, it's Spain. How is the dish murh makhani known in English?
Curry. Chicken McCarney.
Nah, butter chicken. Which flag can only be hoisted on a building when the Queen is present inside?
Royal Standard.
Correct. Mark, the term diaspora is used to typically describe the dispersion of people...
Judaism.
Judaism is correct. Zeus, the Earl of Warwick was nicknamed Kingmaker in which English period of conflict?
The War of the Roses.
Correct. Topper, in the Middle East, the Gulf of Aden links which body of water to the Arabian Sea?
Caspian.
The Red Sea. What B word can mean both a reddish antelope and a drum played with the hands?
Bongo.
Correct. Liam, We Both Reach for the Gun is a song from which musical?
Pass.
It's Chicago. Of which national daily newspaper was Piers Morgan appointed editor in 19... no, it's the Daily Mirror. Cullets are designed to cover which part of the body? One more time?
Feet.
No, it's the legs. So I couldn't have accepted that one anyway. I'm just having a slight bit of mic trouble. That was the only one I couldn't quite get a full answer from you there. Needed a repeat, but unfortunately not enough. So it is going to be no points this time around. We'll see if we can look into that mic at some point. I know I need to do that for Lupine before his next heat as well. We'll see if we can tighten up the sound quality on that microphone. Just grab me at some point over the next couple of days. We'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for now, Liam, it is going to be an early shower, but do stick around for DangerZone a bit later on, and we will see you in day number 4.
Yeah, then.
So Mark, Zeus, and Topper go through to the next round in that order in terms of time remaining. So Topper will be on the far left, Zeus in the centre, and Mark moving over to the right. Let's go to round number 2. Ping me on can you ping me, Lupine? I can't guarantee I'm going to remember that. Monday's quite a busy day. Ping me, and if I remember, I will. But if I don't, then I won't. I'm going to sort of tentatively say the onus is going to be on you to remind me rather than the other way around. Topper, points.
I got point.
Points. You've got at least a point.
Good.
How was that?
Yeah, it's fine. There's a nice quiz. Nice time.
Nice quiz, nice time, everyone's friends. Guaranteed a point on the board. Not a huge amount of time between you and Zeus there. You get to continue your bromance. You get to stay next to each other, which I'm sure you're delighted about.
Yay.
Let's see. Well, wouldn't it be lovely to have a Topper Zeus final? No offence to Mark, but just from a meme point of view, that would be a beautiful thing. But anyway, very well done, Topper. You are through to round 2. And Zeus, you're also here.
Yay. King George, but for King George's, it's literally the Jubilee weekend. What am I thinking?
I know. Well, to be honest, when it said 6 in the chat, I thought, I'm pretty sure it's 8, but that might be Edward and Henry. Because there was George, Victoria, Will, George, King, something, Elizabeth. Or however. Can you tell me you never watched Horrible Histories without telling me you never watched Horrible Histories? Is what's going on there. Well done, Zeus. You are through to round 2 at 90 seconds back on your clock. Very best of luck to you here. Mark, just the only player requiring an emergency stop there. I feel like that was... I don't know if that was a generous acceptance. I feel that was probably right. Absenteeism. I don't know if there's a technical disparity between them. For me, it was reasonably close to the answer, and so I didn't feel it needed to go for an adjudication on there. Relatively academic, I think, because you had a decent chunk of time ahead of Zeus. I think 39 seconds left on your clock and not too many other dramas. So hopefully setting yourself up nicely for that third victory. We'll have to wait and see. We'll see if you can deprive Topper and Zeus of their continued bromance in the final. Very
I
best
thought Zeus was only interested in Topper Bot.
Topper Bot is all it is now.
Persephone goes into the corner to weep. Good luck to all three of you. Topper, you have the least amount of time at the end of round one, which means you are going to be answering questions first. Very best of luck. And Topper, your time starts now. Topper, according to the proverb, Rome was not built in a what? Correct. Zeus, who directed the films It's a Wonderful Life and Arsenic and Old Lace?
Pass.
Frank Capra. Estonia hosted which annual music competition?
Eurovision.
It was. Mark, in which city did Roger Bannister set his world record by running a mile in under 4 minutes?
Oxford.
It was. Topper, the dingo is native to which country?
Australia.
Correct. Zeus, who wrote the 19th century poem To William Wordsworth?
Oscar Wilde.
No, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. How many red stripes are there on the United States flag?
7.
Correct. Mark, in 1961, Nigel Lawson was the city editor of which Sunday newspaper?
The Mail on Sunday.
No, the Sunday Telegraph. Scafell Pike is the highest peak in which country?
England.
Correct. Topper, in which Scottish city are Queen Street Station
Edinburgh.
and Central? No, Glasgow. What E is the name for the female reproductive cell?
Oh, pass.
It's egg. In the UK, the initials DVSA stand for the Driving and Vehicle Standards.
Agency.
Correct. Zeus, the Somali Current is in what ocean?
Indian.
Correct. Mark, what B is the name for an artisan who works with iron using a furnace, hammer and anvil?
Blacksmith.
Correct. Topper, in the 1960s children's TV show, which indestructible super agent defended the Earth from the Mysterons?
Pass.
Captain Scarlet. In which 2001 film based on a novel by Nicolas Cage?
Oh, pass.
Captain Corelli's mandolin. Elizabeth Emmanuel is famous in what field?
Fashion.
Correct. Zeus, who painted the 1656 painting Las Meninas?
Vinci.
No, Velasquez. How many chance squares are there on a Monopoly
3.
board? Correct. Mark, The Time Machine and The War of the Worlds were novels by
H.G.
which...
Wells.
Correct. Topper, which G is a Mexican dish made out of crushed
Guacamole.
avocado? Correct. Zeus, the Luddites demonstrated against the Industrial Revolution by attacking
Pass.
what? It was machinery. The Boeing 737 passenger jet has how many
2.
engines? Correct. Mark, in Germany, what O is a festival held annually?
Oktoberfest.
Correct. Topper, which American rapper had a 2000 UK #1 single with the
50
song
Cent.
Stan? No, it's Eminem. Clara Furs was the first female chief executive of what London
Pass.
financial... It's the stock exchange. Alistair Brownlee competed professionally in which
Marathon.
sport? No, it's triathlon. In 1991, who announced that she would not be standing for re-election as MP of
Pass.
Finchley? Margaret Thatcher. The languages Hausa, Nama and Shona are all native to which continent?
Asia.
Africa. Which name follows Glenda and precedes Pollock to give the names of a British MP and an American painter?
Leicester.
Jackson. Which US basketball player is sometimes known by the nickname Air Jordan?
Pass.
Michael Jordan. How much does it cost to buy one of the stations or railroads in a standard game of Monopoly?
200.
One more time?
200.
Correct. Zeus, which Finnish driver won the Formula 1 world title
Verstappen?
twice? No, Mika Hakkinen. What P is an Australian slang term for an English person?
Pucker.
Pom. Who played Dr. Norman Spencer in What Lies Beneath?
Pass.
Harrison Ford. What J is the term for a group of people sworn to render a verdict on a
Jury.
person? Correct. Mark, which 2001 French film stars Audrey
Amélie.
Tautou? Correct. Topper, according to the one I was saying, it takes 2 to perform which syncopated... Correct. Zeus, who painted the 17th century work Beheading of St. John the Baptist?
Da Vinci.
Caravaggio. According to the saying, something that can be used to advantage is grist to the what?
Wrist.
Mill. Cambodia has land borders with Vietnam, Laos, and which
China.
other country? Thailand. Which Florida NFL team's home stadium is the Raymond James Stadium?
Dolphins.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Someone who tosses and catches a number of objects, keeping one in the
Juggler.
air at all Correct. Mark, what P is both a type of native falcon and an old...
Peregrine.
Correct. Topper.
Blue
the
de Carlo.
The Niagara... I'm not going to finish reading that question just in case it comes up next time around, which it might well do. Frida Kahlo was not the right answer, though, suffice to say.
Was close.
Pretty close. Well, it might have been. If the question comes up again, then if it doesn't, then I'll... Did the question come up on screen? Did you see
Couple
any
of
of
words.
it? A couple of words, okay. So it might come up as the next question, so just in case it does, I won't read that question out. But there we are. Oh, Topper, a bit of a tricky spiral there. Slipping down a little bit, but...
Oh, well, never mind.
that is the game. After all,
It was good quiz.
It was good quiz, and you do go away with a point as well.
I will treasure it forever.
Absolutely. It will go on the board. Hopefully we can get some more in heats number 4 and 5, but for now, we do have to say goodbye. Thank you for playing.
Goodbye.
And Scorecount, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Yeah, bit of a spiral there. But it does mean we've got Zeus and Mark in the final. A little bit of a disparity between the scores, but all of that could change depending how the questions fall. Let's go to the final round. So Zeus, second final in as many heats. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I mean, when Topper had, 0.39, and I started just getting them wrong, I was like, oh god, I can't do this.
That would have been a real dramatic turnaround, but you did manage to find a correct answer in the end, and you've stayed alive through to the final 120 seconds back on your clock. Very well done, and best of luck to you in this final. And Mark, also 2 minutes, and also third final in 3 heats. Must be feeling pretty confident.
Well, you say that. It's like every single round of every game I go into, I think it's going to go wrong now, isn't it?
Well, it could well do, but we'll have to wait and see. Up to nearly 4 minutes of questions remaining for the two of you. And whoever wins takes 4. Whoever comes second will get 2 points, which will certainly add to that board. And I'm sure you both find very handy. Good luck, Zeus and Mark. Zeus, you're on the red podium and you are going to be answering questions first, and your time starts. Now, Zeus, Big Willie was an early example of which type of vehicle used by the British Army? Correct. Mark, the words smorgasbord and
Swedish.
Ombudsman? Correct. Zeus, the ice cream sundae originated in which country?
America?
Correct. Mark, what sea is the name of a covered oven-proof dish and...
Casserole.
Correct. Zeus, the tuba belongs to which instrumental
Ross.
family? Correct. Mark, Marrakesh is a city in which...
Morocco.
Correct. Zeus, which Marvel character is nicknamed the Scarlet Speedster?
Red Flash.
The Flash is correct. Mark, what Swiss company makes After 8 Minutes?
Pass.
Nestle. What Drake song spent 15 weeks atop the UK charts in 2016?
Oh, I'm sad.
One Dance. In which European country is the port of La Rochelle?
France.
Correct. Zeus, which Swiss football official was elected president of FIFA and Sepp Blatter? Which Liverpudlian comedian coined the catchphrase... Ken Dodd. Which of the 7 wonders of an ancient world was made by the Greek sculptor Phidias?
The statue of Zeus.
Correct. Mark, a famous line by Oscar Wilde runs, "The truth is rarely pure and never what?"
True.
Simple. Alexis Korner was a pioneer in which musical genre?
Folk.
No, blues or jazz. Who had a hit single in 1978 with YMCA?
Village People.
Correct. Zeus, the Altamira cave, noted for its Stone Age paintings, is in
Germany.
No, it's Spain. Which Austrian city serves as the capital
Vienna.
of the Habsburg? Correct. Mark, which large rodent has a name derived from French meaning pig with spines?
Porcupine.
Is correct. Zeus, which former Goon Show actor was a regular host of Sir Harry Seacombe? The modern Olympic Summer Games were first held in which year?
86.
One more time?
1896.
Correct. Mark, what shark is the world's largest
Great
non-mammalian...
White.
No, it's the whale shark. Which Doctor Who actors played Ruby Roundhouse in the Jumanji films?
Karen Gillan.
Correct. Zeus, who has been married to the members of the bands Big Audio Dynamite, Simple
Elizabeth
Minds...
Taylor.
No, Patsy Kensit. First appearing in 1945, which children's literature character is the strongest
Pippi
villain in the
Longstocking.
world? Correct. Mark, which US poet wrote Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening?
Pass.
Robert Frost. Which traditional playground game requires nimble footwork to hop across...
Hopscotch.
Correct. Zeus, what Q is a mineral whose stone varieties include... Correct. Mark, what is the first name of the son of Margaret and Dennis Thatcher?
Mark.
It is. Zeus, what is the capital of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas?
Bridgetown.
No, it's Nassau. Which material used to make stockings was invented in 1938?
Nylon?
Correct. Mark, how many of the wives of King Henry VIII were named Anne?
2.
Correct. Zeus, which UK group has albums called And Then There Were Three and We Can't
Pass.
Dance? It's Genesis. The term for which anatomical feature is also a slang word meaning either impudent
Head?
or to... No, it's neck. What name is given to a line on a weather chart joining places at the
Isobar?
Isotherm. Who wrote the novel The Moonstone?
Pass.
Wilkie Collins. Nyx was the Greek goddess of what?
Night.
Correct. Mark, in children's TV, the names of the Teletubbies are Lala, Tinky Winky
Dipsy.
Poe. Correct. Zeus, according to the words of the musical song, I do like to be beside the...
Seaside.
Correct. Mark, what A is a word that can mean to kidnap or take away illegally?
Pass.
Abduct. The Tristan da Cunha Islands are in which ocean?
Atlantic.
Correct. Zeus, in English slang, dosh is a word for which
Money.
commodity? Correct. Mark, how many colours are there on a standard Rubik's Cube?
6.
Correct. Zeus, complete the title of the 1986 John Hughes movie,
Day
Ferris
Off.
Bueller's... Correct. Mark, which seaside resort lies between Selsey Bill and Beachy Head?
Clacton.
Brighton. In Greek myth, which king of Crete said to have kept the Minotaur in a labyrinth at his palace?
Croesus.
Minos. In 2000, which British rock band had a UK #1 hit single, Go Let It Out?
Oasis.
Correct. Zeus, the moon Io orbits which planet in the solar
Jupiter.
system? Correct. Mark, 1,000 milligrams is equal to 1 watt?
Gram.
Correct. Zeus, the architect Archibald Leach is famous for what type of structures?
Buildings.
Not specific enough. Stadiums. The yen is the main unit
Japan.
of currency. Correct. Mark, which 20th century British monarch was never crowned?
George VIII.
Edward VIII. Which word means a room in a hospital containing beds or a young person placed under the protection of a
Ward.
court? Correct. Zeus, in Jewish myth, Lilith was whose first wife?
Moses.
Adam. Who wrote the novel The Bell Jar?
Oh, Tolstoy.
Sylvia Plath. Melon is an anagram of the name of which
Lemon.
other fruit? Correct. Mark, Imperial College is an academic institution based
University of London.
I have to go to a stop there. I don't think I can accept that. I really don't. Imperial College is an academic institution based in which English city? The answer is London, not University of London. I cannot accept it. What a time to go for an emergency stop. But Mark, the clock is going to be with you. 4.04 seconds left on your clock, and the time continues in 3, 2, 1. The Battle of Waterloo took place in which century?
19th.
Correct. Zeus, palmistry is the practice of telling fortunes by interpreting the lines and context.
Palms.
Correct. Mark, the sale of a drawing in 2001 for over...
Well played, man.
Wow! What a time to go for an emergency stop as well. Both of you, barely 5 seconds left on your clocks. And as Yoshi is saying there, what a game. Toot and Yoshi, welcome to the stream. My heart's I could just feel myself reading the questions faster and faster and faster as we got closer and closer to the end. I thought it was beautiful that you both had a question where your own name was the answer. What are the odds of that happening?
Yeah.
Oh, my gracious. 1.87 seconds is all that stood between Mark and his third victory. But Mark, it is the first game not won for you, I am afraid. Honestly, you could go any one of those questions and think, could that have gone another way? And I could probably point to a couple on both sides where it could have made all the difference. But that is the game. And Mark, unfortunately, you have just run out of time. But what a great game. I'm working up a sweat here, and it sounds like the audience had a great time as well over in the chat. So do go grab yourself a drink, Mark, put your feet up, and exchange pleasantries with the audience. And then do come back and join us for Danger Zone if you fancy it as well. It is the
Thank you.
first non-victory, but Mark, it is 2 points to you. Second place, very well played, and we'll see you in the next heat.
Cheers, well played, Zeus.
Good game, Mark.
Which means, Zeus, for the second time in as many heats, you are our winner.
Oh my god.
Well,
Wow.
what if it's really coming down to the wire there? And of course, that emergency stop was not deliberately for tension. I thought I just wanted to process what he said. That's what it came down to. David, welcome to the stream. So, from 0 to hero twice now. Zero,
Yeah.
hero. That must be an immensely gratifying feeling.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Mark there because it was such a... I mean, University of London, I feel quite bad to win like that. But I was so close. I'm kind of just lost for words right now, which doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I think just to the point on that question, if I'd gone for a ruling, I think my initiative is the adjudicators probably would have ruled in the same direction. I am getting a ping from the adjudicators now. And it's not to do with something else, which I'll chat with the adjudicators about in a bit. Yeah, it's one of those where it's not what the question asked, so it was asked specifically for a city rather than the institution, so based on that I couldn't. So it is how the game works, and when the pressure's on and the clocks are that low, sometimes you have to make an instinctive answer from half a question, and it's just worked out for you, but barely 2 seconds left on your clock there, so...
bring the drama if nothing else.
Absolutely. Let's go take a little look at the leaderboard, shall we, Zeus, and see how you're doing on that now. So Mark with a K moves up to second place, 10 points now, trailing Derek by 2. But Zeus, look at this. From starting with no points in the opening, you are now up to 8, tied in third place with Mark with a C. Tis worth pointing out Mark with a C does have a game in hand, but you are clear of Mark, and you're 2 points clear of Colo on 6, also with a game in hand. But you're 3 points clear of Innis, who's played 3. You're 4 points clear of Claire, who's played 3. Everyone else then below that with a game in hand. can't hope to catch you. David would be the only one who could get close. If you get to win, would take you up to 7. So after 3 days, that's a really comfortable position to be right now, Zeus.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. I keep just saying I'm very pleased, but I am, and I'm gonna have to make sure I'm free at the playoffs, because it looks like potentially I've got a reasonable chance of being in them.
We, at some point, I think when day 3 concludes, Panda and I will go through the analysis of it, and we will see if we can start making some predictions of guaranteed and likely based on the scores. But we'll play out the remaining 2 days the remaining 2 heats in this day first of all, and then keep your eye on the Discord for some further analysis from myself and or Panda in due course. For now though, Zeus, I think you've earned yourself a sit down and a drink, so do go grab yourself a glass of wine, and I hope to see you for Danger Zone very shortly.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
And you, take care, mate. Well played. So, Zeus does it for the 2nd heat in a row. Not to be put off by that nil point on his first day. He's come out of the gates fighting, and he's back with 4 and 4, 2 on the trot, moving up to 3rd place. Of course, there is still 2 heats to go and 8 players with a game in hand. We'll look forward to Samster vs Benz J vs Jack vs Lupine on Tuesday, and then on Thursday we'll look forward to Anonyman, David, Colo and Mark. 2 very exciting heats to look forward to, and I do hope you'll come back and join me for them. But before all that, we've got even more trivia to go, and coming up right after this very short break is going to be Lupine's Danger Zone pack. I am going to put set game back on briefly, A, because I need to get another drink, and B, because I need to export the pack and just double check that Jason has exported correctly. So give me 5 minutes to sort that out. I'll put some set game on, and then I'll be back very shortly with even more trivia. I do hope you join me for that. Stay right there. Congratulations again to Zeus, and I'll see you in a few minutes' time. Going to take this opportunity to unmute the notifications because I think we've got some noises. Pyro Pygmy! Message from our sponsor, Pyro Pygmy.
Hello and good luck.
Hello and good luck. Thank you very much, Pyro Pygmy, for the 10-month subscription right there. Did I see another one coming, or am I making that one up? I might be making that up. Oh, no. Odd Garrett with a message from our sponsor, Odd Garrett.
What a tense finish. What a show.
Absolutely right, Odd Garrett. Great match there between the 2 finalists. Thank you very much for the 500 bits. That's hugely kind of you. Have some tension bonuses. Tension 28. I need to change that so it gives you the number of pennies it says. Tension 28 if you want 10 pennies though for now. And like I say, just got to go and export this pack for Danger Zone. And then we'll get underway. Let me grab a drink. We'll do some Danger Zone. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. And play some set game in the meanwhile. Okay, folks, I've just got the pack downloaded, so I'm just going to nip and get myself a drink. Probably time for 2 or 3 more puzzles, and then we'll play some Danger Zone. And welcome, BC, to the stream. Nice to have you here. Third and final part of game night this Saturday evening, where it is Danger Zone time. Yes, the third iteration of my first original Danger Zone, not Danger Zone 3. And it's a pack by the Lupine one, a lovely pack. It's got a great little sort of in-joke running through it. There's a sort of thematic in-joke running through it. Like in the iPad one, they were pretty much that, Tadari. Pretty much that. Yeah, so there's a nice little running joke going throughout it that I'm sure a few of you will pick up on. If you would like to play Danger Zone this evening, you need to type in this code. DJTI. So for those of you who haven't played before, you earn points by answering correctly and quickly. First player to answer correctly will get points equal to the number of players in the game. So at the moment there are 16. If you get it right first, you get 16 points. Next gets 15, next gets 14, and so on. 5 questions in each round. Each round will have a particular theme or subject or category associated with it. The bottom players, who are the players in the danger zone, below the danger zone line at the end of the round, will be eliminated and form the boneyard, from where you can still play and earn pennies. You get pennies for every correct answer you give. I think it's 10 pennies per correct answer, or it might be 5 pennies. I should check that. It's 10 pennies. 10 pennies for every correct answer you give, which means there's 250 pennies available up for grabs this evening. Medals for gold, silver, and bronze, and for the player with the most correct answers in the boneyard at the end of the game all get medals. They should all be automated. You've got two nerfs. Sorry, you've got one nerf. No, you haven't. You've got one help in each round because I changed the rules from 2 to 3. And that help can either be to double the points or it can be to nerf the question. If you are going to double the points, you must have answered first. It's either A, B, C, or D, or 1, 2, 3, or 4 to answer the questions. Whispering to Persephone's Twitch spot as ever. You must play first before playing your nerf if you want double points, and if you get it wrong, you don't get any points, but that lifeline will still be used up. You can also nerf the question, which will give you points equal to exactly half the number of players in the round, rounded down. So if you were to nerf at this point, you'd get 9 points flat rate for the question. Okay, so that's the rules of the game. The objective is to avoid the danger zone because those in the danger zone at the end of the round are eliminated from play. So 2 more minutes to come join the game. I'm gonna have a bit of a yawn, and then we'll get going. What's going on over there? Setting up a raid target. Oops. Let's not play that through the stream. Nope, we're all good there. No, stop. We're not going yet. Not going yet. Just checking out our raid target game show marathon, which is where we're going to go raid afterwards. I know some of our friends are over there already watching tonight. There's a few names that I'm just looking down the chat. A few names that I'm recognising there. So we'll go over and support there. They're raising money for Child's Play, doing a game show marathon. 24-hour game show marathon. Hasn't been done for a couple of years. So we'll pop on over there to raid them. So be thinking of a good raid message to go raid them later on. So we've got 18 players in. I think that's time to lock the lobby and let's play Danger Zone. So the first category is, a little bit of the bubbly. Those are the instructions on the screen. Whispering M to play your multiplier and double your points. Whispering N to nerf the question. Nerfing in this round will earn you 9 points flat rate. You may use either help once per round, but not both. So once you've used it, if you use your nerf on the first question, don't expect to be able to use your multiplier on the next one. All answers as ever, whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot. If we have got a tie in the danger zone, then we will break that tie because we can only lose 3 players this round. Good luck to you all, 18 players in play. Round 1 is, a little bit of the bubbly. Let's play Danger Zone. 5 odd Garrett. The drink champagne is produced in the Champagne region of which country? Is it France, Switzerland, Italy, or Australia? See almost everyone who played getting that one right. The answer is A, France. Zeus was fastest, Garrett second, Topper was third, AB Me fourth, and Samson was fifth. In addition, AB Me, Topper, Brand New Halo Shape, Zeus, Garrett, and Nata all played the multipliers. Good to see multipliers being used. Of course, multiplier can be an interesting strategy to play because you get double points, but if you're a bit of a slower answer and it's a well-answered question like that one, mightn't be worth as many points as it could be played at a different moment. But for now, those are the standings. Let's reorder the board. The answer was A. BC, not a cat and fired, all in the danger zone. Still plenty of time to get out of it. Zeus at the top with 36. Let's go to question number 2. Yes, speed does matter in this game, David. Very much so. I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles is often sung by the fans of which English football club? Newcastle United, Leeds United, West Ham United, or Everton? Four multipliers and 2 nerfs being played on this question. Shapes was fastest, Garrett second, David was third, Nata fourth, and Samster fifth. Colo, David, Samster, Riff playing multipliers, not a camp fired, playing nerfs on this one. Correct answer was C, West Ham United. Shapes was fastest, already used as multiplier up. Garrett second, David third, Nata fourth, and Samster fifth. Some big points going out there, most of us getting it right. Let's reorder the board. Got a tie. Not a camp fired, both on 9. We will need to break that tie before the end of the round or it will be broken for you. Pyro, Pygmy and BC also in the danger zone. Odd Garrett leads to the top with 51. AB Me's in second with 43. Samson and Shapes in third with 42. Here's question 3. Which of these bottles will contain the most champagne? Methuselah, Nebuchadnezzar, Jeroboam, or Balthazar? Not quite as many getting that one. Topper was fastest, Samster second, Zeus third, Garrett was fourth, Brand New Hater was fifth, Tadaru and Pyropygmy nerfing on that question. We'll get a flat rate of 9 points. Most points there going to Topper. The correct answer was B, Nebuchadnezzar, the largest bottle of champagne that you can get. Let's reorder the board. 3 players still with helps available. Jers, Jack and BC. Do use it before the end of the round because you'll get a fresh one in the next round anyway, but you can't carry them into the boneyard, so you might as well use them now and hope for the best because they will be refreshed at the beginning of the next round, but they don't carry older. Older? I just read older in the chat. They don't carry over. Garrett leading with 66, Samson second with 59, Zeus in third with 52, Jack, Fired and BC in the danger zone, but 2 of them have got helps available, as has Jers, who is just above that line. Pyropygmy, maybe Tadara and Not a Cat need to look over their shoulder as we go to question number 4. In the cartoon series The Powerpuff Girls, what colour clothes does Bubbles wear? Yellow, pink, green or blue? Jack's doubling up here. And BC and Jers choosing not to. Jers actually incorrect there. Quite a few people at the top wrong on that one. Nata was fastest, Zeus second, Jack third, BC fourth, Tadaru was fifth. Just Jack choosing to use a help there with that multiplier, 32 points. That was really going to propel you out of the danger zone. The answer was D, blue. Let's reorder the board. And Jack shooting up to 8th place now, right in the middle of the board. Jers, BC and Fired all in the danger zone, but Jers and BC have got helps available. Nerf will give you a flat rate of 9. Might not be enough. I mean, it'll be enough to get you out, but if Fired overtakes, then you might still end up in the danger zone, particularly BC there. Jers has got enough to get out of the danger zone, but again, if BC and Fired get it right, could still end up in there. So think carefully before you answer this one. Zeus with a very nice 69 points currently leads the pack. Garrett's in second with 66, Nata in third with 64. Here is question number 5. No, it doesn't have to be capital M. Force capitalised. You do have to answer first though. Which brand of champagne is mentioned in the first line of the Queen single Killer Queen? Is it Mum, Tassinger, Bollinger or Moet and Shandon? It's D, Moet and Shandon in a pretty cabinet. For that, there's consistently, it's a little pet peeve of mine, consistently pronounced incorrectly. People say Moe and Shandon, thinking they're being correct, but it is actually Moet. A bottle of Moet and Shandon in a pretty cabinet. Bum bum bum. That's the song in question. You fell in danger. Oh, Jers and BC both getting that wrong. Had to play the multiplier and hope for the best, but unfortunately it wasn't right. And Nerf would have got you out of trouble, as it turns out. There's a lot of red down there at the bottom. Also, Fired getting that one wrong. But if you're in the danger zone on question 4 and you get question 5 wrong, your fate is sealed. Only 5 players getting that one right. Brand New Halo was fastest. Odd Garrett was second. Jack third. Nata fourth. And David was 5th. So, we know who we're losing. Let's reorder the board. And there we have it. Odd Garrett wins the round with 83. Nata in second with 79. Brand New Halo in third with 71. Very well played, you 3. You will get a little boost going into the next round, calculated based on the number of players left in the game. And you'll be joined there by Zeus, Samster, Jack, David, Topper, AB Me, Shapes, Riff, Kolo, Tadaru, Not a Cat, and Pyropygmy, whose scores will all be reset to 0. Very well played. Unfortunately, though, Fired, Jers, and BC. Not enough points on this occasion. It is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. And there is the boneyard being formed. Jers currently monarch in the boneyard. And you're playing for a medal there. Most number of correct answers, and it's correct answers times 10 gives you your penny count for this game. Yeah, Nerf gives points. So a Nerf gives points equal to half the number of players left in the game. So a Nerf on that question would have been worth 9. So it would have got you out of the danger zone, but you couldn't know for sure. So sometimes a Nerf is worth doing. It could have got you out of trouble if you don't think many people are going to get it. It's just how you decide to play them. Danger Zone size is still 3. Tadaru Topper Shapes, that doesn't count as a black mark against your name, as that will appearances in the Danger Zone do factor in later on in the game. Odd Garrett's got 7, Nat has got 5, Brand New Halo's on 3, everyone else reset to 0. Let's go to round 2. Category 2 is Lewis Hamilton. I wonder if you can see where this is going yet. To help, it's whispering M after you've submitted your answer. So answer first and then N. Doesn't have to be capital, but you do have to submit an answer first. N to nerf the question for half of the number of players divided by, -1. Half the number of players rounded down, so nerfing in this round will get you 7 points. 7 points flat rate. And again, you can use either help once, but not both of them. Whispering all answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. Can I whisper help instead? It probably won't help you, to be honest, David. But it has been very well thought out, this pack. It isn't just all about necessarily what the category says, as you probably worked out from that bubbly round at the beginning. Let's see what you make of this one. Category number 2 is Lewis Hamilton. Let's play Danger Zone. Question 1 then. Since the 2014 Formula 1 season, which number has been used for Lewis Hamilton's car? 11, 33, 22 or 44? Topper doubling up here with the right answer, and the fastest as well. 15 doubling up to 30. Very strong start there from Topper. We've also got Tadaru, Samster and Not a Cat playing Nurse on this one for the flat rate of 7, not knowing it and getting some guaranteed points in the bag. Fastest was Topper, Brand New Header was 2nd, Riff 3rd, Pyro was 4th and Kolo was 5th. Very well played there. Not a huge number of you actually getting that one right, but that's how the game goes. D44 is what we wanted. Let's reorder the board. Big old tie in the Danger Zone. 5 players in there at the moment. We can only have 3. Topper with a hefty lead at the moment, but still quite a few players with helps left. Let's go on to question number 2. With a population of over 500,000, Hamilton is a city in which Canadian province? Is it British Columbia, Manitoba, Ontario or Saskatchewan? All eyes on Riff at this point. Nice to see he did get the right answer. Not fastest though. Brand New Halo nerfing this one for the flat rate of 7. David playing the multiplier and getting it right, and fastest as well. Very well done, David. 30 points to you. Fastest to answer there. Topper was 2nd, Jack was 3rd, Riff was 4th, and Samster was 5th. Very well done. The answer was C, Ontario, or Ontario. Not quite sure of the pronunciation. Let's reorder the board. And there's our standard Danger Zone size, with just 3 players in it. Zeus, AB, me, and Shapes. Yet to score, but have also got helps available, as has Nata, who's just poised above the line on 5 points at the moment. Quite a few in the middle, and Riff up near the top, still with that help available. Topper leading on 44, David's in 2nd with 30, Riff in 3rd with 25. Let's go on, question number 3. Robbie Lewis is Sergeant to which of these TV detectives? Inspector Morse, Jonathan Creek, Inspector George Gently, or DCI Banks? Natter and Jack multiplying on this one. Both of them correct as well. Nice to see, getting some big points there. Should have added, in 2014, the previous system of numbers being allocated to drivers based on Constructors' Championship positions was replaced with drivers having permanent numbers that would be kept throughout their careers. Number 1 is available to the previous season's champion, but Lewis Hamilton kept using the number 44 when he had the right to use the number 1 following a championship. So just some trivia on that Lewis Hamilton question number 1 there. Jur's getting that right in the Boneyard, extending his lead down there, and Shapes getting this one right, as is AB Me. That's going to help them out of the Boneyard, possibly. Not multiplying on it, so we'll have to see if they're still there. Shapes was actually fastest there. Jack was 2nd, Brand New Halo 3rd, Garrett was 4th, and Natter was 5th. Well done to the 2 players who used multipliers there. There are 2 questions left in this round. The answer was A, Inspector Morse. Inspector Morse, Robbie Lewis. To John Thor? Was he a touch of frost? No. Who was it? Was it John Thor as Inspector Morse? So a touch of frost with David Jason, wasn't it? Let's reorder the board. And there we have it, yes. Shapes getting out of the danger zone there. Not a cat to Daru and Zeus all occupying the danger zone. Zeus has still got that help available, so a fast correct answer could still be worth up to 30 points and get him right out of trouble. We've got 2 questions to go. Still got a lot of swings available here. Topper leading the way with 44. Jackson second with 41. David's in third with 38. Let's go on to question number 4. Have a look at this. There would be no frost without Thor. Good point. In which of these years did Lewis Hamilton not win the Formula 1 Championship? Was it 2017, 2014, 2015 or 2016? Zeus is activating a multiplier here. But unfortunately it was misplaced because it is not the right answer. Only 3 getting this right off their own back. David, Topper and Colo for 15, 14 and 13 points respectively. Pyro choosing to nerf that one for the flat rate of 7. Might be enough of a security blanket to keep them in the game. Zeus though burning up that help to no avail. The answer was D, 2016. Lewis's Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg won the title that year, clinching the title of the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And he would go on to announce his retirement 5 days later. Good old Nico. Let's reorder the board. Not a cat to Daru and Zeus. You are in the danger zone with 1 question to go. Shapes and AB Me aren't a million miles ahead of you, 15 and 9 respectively, but they have both got helps. So it's Samster maybe who might want to be slightly wary. There's still 15 points available. Not a cat to Daru could overtake Samster if they both answer correctly and fast and Samster's wrong. Shapes and AB Me could find themselves way up the table. Zeus is going to have to hope for a right answer fast and some misfires on the part of other players if he wants to survive. Topper leading the way with 58, David second with 53, Jackson third with 41. Let's go on to the final question of the round. Question 5. Hit and hope, woo. Which of these is the title of a track on the soundtrack to Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton? My Own Best Friend, One Short Day, One Hand, One Heart, or The Story of Tonight? Hit and hope didn't pay off for Zeus, nor for Tadaru or Not a Cat. You're in the danger zone and that is where you are going to stay, I'm afraid. Only the 3 players getting it right, Pyro, David and Riff choosing to multiply on that question, getting double points, taking him up to 26. Garrett, Shapes and AB Me using the nerf. If you don't know it and it's the last question, you might as well play it. Kovo choosing not to use a help on that one. It will be replenished in the next round either way, but getting through with a reasonable score there, has to be said. Unfortunately, most of us didn't get that. The answer was D, The Story of Tonight. One Hand, One Heart is from West Side Story, My Own Best Friend from Chicago, and One Short Day is from Wicked. Lewis Hamilton, you keep on with your non-sport babes. I'll be over here sulking and reclining in your 4 points from Face Off as well. So do continue in the Boneyard. Pennies and Boneyard medals still available. Let's reorder the board. And it's DVD Smith who takes a win of the round with 67, Riff in second with 61, and Topper in third with 58. Very well done, you 3. You'll get a little boost as we go into the next round, and you'll be joined there by Jack, Pyro, Brand New Halo, Colo, Natter, Odd Garrett, Shape, Samster, and AB Me, whose scores will be reset to 0. Unfortunately, though, for Not a Cat, Tadaru, and Zeusless, not enough points on this occasion, I'm afraid. It is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Jers maintaining Monarch of the Boneyard with 4 correct answers. Zeus, Not a Cat, Tadaru, BC, and fired the other members of the Boneyard. Remember, you can keep answering even if you're in the Boneyard. Does still count towards your question correct total, and you could still get a medal at the end of it. So, David starting on 6, Riff on 4, Topper on 3. We're about to reset all of your helps as we go to round number 3. Space is the category. I need a space button. Pain. That's the closest I've got. It's got lots of A's in it. Or order! I do need a space button. Let me find one real quick. Let's have a little breather for a minute. Space button. Portal. There we go. Just gonna... I've so got to get that on the soundboard. That's fun. I'm in space. So that's category. M if you want to double your points after you've answered, or N to nerf the question for a flat rate of 6 points. Again, you can use either help once per round, but not both. Whispering all answers to the bot as ever. So, Jers leading the Boneyard, DVD Riff and Topper leading the pack. Good luck. Round 3 is... Hang on. Round 3 is... Let's play Danger Zone. In which NASA space shuttle did Sally Ride make her first trip into space? Columbia, Discovery, Challenger or Atlantis? Only 4 in the main game getting this. Nata was fastest, AB me second, Pyro was third, Colo was fourth. Zeus getting this right in the Boneyard, going to win himself a joint crown with Jurors. The answer was C, Challenger. Challenger. No one using any helps in that one, so maybe saving them for another question. Let's reorder the board. Big old tie, 5, and we only need 3 in there. Nata currently leading the way with 12, AB me second with 11, Pyro's got 10. On we go, question number 2. In which year was Pluto Plutoed and reclassified as a dwarf planet by the International Astronomical Union? 2009, 2006, 2007 or 2008? It was 2006, the year I started university. Quite a few getting this one. Samsa was fastest, Jack was second, David third, Odd Garrett fourth, Pyro was fifth. And David and Jack both using multipliers on this one, so doubling up their second and third positions. Very well played. Zeus and Tadaru also getting this in the Boneyard. Yeah, B 2006 is what we wanted there. Let's reorder the board. And there's our standard Danger Zone size. Topper, Brand New Halo and Shapes currently in there, though have still got helps available. Only David and Jack at the top end of the leaderboard have used helps so far. Zeus now king of the Boneyard. Let's go on to question number 3. Oh, dear me. Which of these chart acts had a UK #1 single with Spaceman? Elton John, David Bowie, Jamiroquai or Babylon Zoo? Colo Garrett, Brand New Halo multiplying here. Still no nurse being played. A lot of help being left till quite late in the round. The answer is D, Babylon Zoo. 3 players who multiplied. Halo, Colo and Garrett all got it right. Very well played there. Samsa was fastest, Garrett was second, Shapes third, Halo fourth and Colo was fifth. Nicely done, getting some good points there. It was D, Babylon Zoo. #1 for Babylon Zoo in 1996. Jamiroquai sang about a cosmic girl, and Elton John sang about a rocket man. David Bowie had hits with Space Oddity, Starman, and Life on Mars, but not Spaceman. So, nice little question there from Lupine. Babylon Zoo is what we wanted. Let's reorder the board. Still got a standard Danger Zone size. Shapes, Riff, and Topper currently in there. Though all 3 still with helps available, but so too do the 3 players above, AB, me, Nata and Pyro, 11, 12 and 18. Not a massive amount of difference between Shapes and at the top of the Danger Zone and AB, me and Nata at the bottom of the main game. Old Garrett's got the lead with 31, David's in second with 26, Colo currently in third with 25. Quite a few helps still available. 2 more questions to use them. Remember, use them or lose them. Here is question number 4. The title of the John Green novel The Fault in Our Stars is derived from a line in which Shakespeare play? King Lear, Hamlet, Othello or Julius Caesar? A couple of multipliers being played there and a nerf. Pyro Pygmy choosing to nerf that one, and Nata and Samster choosing to multiply. Samster getting it right, Nata actually getting it wrong, so it would have been better off nerfing that one, Nata. Unfortunately, that is going to be no points and your help has gone. Only 2 players getting it right off their own back there, Samster and Jack, plus Zeus in the Boneyard. Samster picking up 24, Jack picking up 11, and Pyro that flat rate of 6. The answer is D, Julius Caesar. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars but in ourselves that we are underlings, is the full line there. D, Julius Caesar is the answer. Let's reorder the board. So, This is very, very interesting because as we come to the final question of the round, the 3 players in the danger zone, Shapes, Riff and Topper, have all got their helps available, and so has AB Me. So Natter, Brand New Halo, Pyro, maybe even up as far as Colo and DVD Smith, because the points are quite close there. You might want to be having a look over your shoulder because potentially these bottom 4 players could get 24, 22, 20 and 18, which if done in the right measures could be enough to throw you under the bus if you get this one wrong. It's possible, but it's unlikely, but it is possible. So you do have to be careful here. With those helps available from those bottom 4, it is still a bit wide open, but pressure is on Shapes, Riff and Topper at this point. Samson with quite a strong lead on 48, Jackson second with 33, Garrett in third with 31. Good luck. Here is question number 5. The main asteroid belt is located between the orbits of which 2 planets of our solar system? Mercury and Venus, Mars and Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus, or Jupiter and Saturn? I think Topper was in first. All 4 have multiplied at the bottom here. And all 4 were correct, as was Zeus, Jers and Tadaru. Brand New Halo getting this one wrong. This could spell some trouble, depending how the points fall for our players at the bottom. Riff only getting 4 points. Because 2 points doubled up to 4. Even that, so Riff actually may have been better off to nerf that question by that point, but that is the way the game goes. The answer is Mars and Jupiter. Most players getting that one right. AB, Me, Topper, Shapes and Riff all playing multipliers. Topper was fastest, Garrett was second, David third, Shapes fourth and Samster fifth. I have no idea how this is going to resolve itself. No idea. But Topper, Riff and Shapes currently in the danger zone, but all getting it right and all multiplying. Brand New Halo getting it wrong. Shapes, Riff, Topper, Brand New Halo, they're the names we want to watch. Let's reorder the board. And there we have it. Shapes and Topper escaping the danger zone. And as is AB Me, Riff with the multiplier from the danger zone, but it wasn't enough, wasn't fast enough. And Natter and Brand New Halo, I'm afraid you have fallen into the danger zone by 1 point. It's always sad to see players go into the danger zone, especially if it's only their first appearance there, but that is all it takes in this game. If you're there at the end of the round, then it is curtains for you. Samster finishes around the lead with 56, Odd Garrett in second with 42, and Jack in third with 40. You'll get a little boost going into round 4, and you'll be joined there by David, Pyro, Colo, Shapes, Topper, and AB Me, whose points will all be reset to 0. However, unfortunately for Natter, Halo, and Riff, valiant effort, but unfortunately you've just tripped into the danger zone at the end there. It's the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Scan consolation for you here, Natter. You are a co-monarch of the Boneyard with Riff Raccoon at the moment. 8 questions right each, sitting atop the Boneyard medal, still available to you, and of course times your correct answers by 10 to get your pennies. Samster starting on 4, Garrett on 3, Jack on 2, David, Colo, Pyro, Topper, AB Me, and Shapes all reset to 0. 9 players remain. The final round before the final round. Let's take a look at the category, which is... What are birds? We just don't know. I mean, it would have been a travesty if Shapes hadn't been in on this round, wouldn't it? So, helps have been reset if you're not in the Boneyard, which being M after you've submitted your answer to double your points. N to nerf the question. A nerf on this question is only worth 4 points, but remember the maximum is only 9 or 18 if you multiply. Remember you can use either of them, but not both of them. Whispering answers to the bot as ever. Well, no, it's a chunky. We'll have to wait and see if there's any references to that later on. There might be. Nice to see we've all spotted the references though. What are birds? We just don't know. Round number 4 is called What Are Birds? We Just Don't Know. Let's play Danger Zone. Which of these birds appears on the logo for the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds? Is it a bittern, a curlew, a dunnock, or an avocet? Shapes, Toppers, Samster, all activating multipliers. All correct as well. Very well done. Samster was fastest, Topper was second, Shapes third, Garrett fourth, Jack was fifth. David, Pyro and AB Me getting this one wrong. Zeus, Jers and Tadaru all getting this right in the Boneyard. We'll have a 3-way crowned in the Boneyard in just a second. It's an avocet is the answer. My wife, who's a twitcher and very, very into her birds, and is forever pointing out birds to me when we're out on a walk and stuff. I wouldn't have known that. to be completely honest, but it is indeed an Avocet. Well done if you did know that. Let's reorder the board. So 3 kings in the Boneyard, Nata, Riff and Zeus. David, Pyro and ABME currently occupying the danger zone with no points, but they have got help available, as do Colo, Jack and Odd Garrett, who are just above that line. Samsa leading with 22, Topper second with 16, Shapes in third with 14. Let's take a look at question number 2. I'm the Twitterer of the family, certainly, David. The USA's Audubon Society is headquartered in which city? Is it Washington, D.C., Boston, Chicago, or New York City? Tricky question there. Halo and Nat are getting it right. Nat is going to have sole monarchy of the Boneyard now. David was fastest, Colo was second, and they're the only 2 getting it right. No helps being used. The answer was D, New York City. Well done if you managed to guess your way to that. Let's reorder the board. Jack slipping into the Boneyard now, joining Pyro and ABME there. Odd Garrett and DVD Smith just ahead on 9, clear of the Boneyard. Saps are still leading on 22, 16 and 14 to Topper and Shapes. Natter, king of the Boneyard, with 9 points right. Let's go to question number 3. Which of these is not the name of a real railway station in England? Is it Dove Holes, Turkey Street, Robinswood, or Martin's Heron? Again, another tricky question to Diary, the only one getting that right in the Boneyard. And AB, me and Jack, the only 2 getting it right in the main game, 9 and 8 points. Again, no help's being used. Remember, use them or lose them. You've only got 2 more questions with which to use your help. Remember, there are no helps in round 5. The answer is C, Robinswood. Martin's Heron is in suburban Bracknell, Dove Hole is in Derbyshire, and Turkey Street is in Enfield. There is a Robinswood Hill Country Park in Gloucester. There is no Robinswood Station. So well done if you got that one. Let's reorder the board. And we have our first tie for a while. Pyro Pygmy well and truly in the danger zone on 0, but ABME, Old Garrett and David all have 9, but also all have helps available. So that could make things very interesting. Remember, 4 points flat rate for a help, for a nerf rather. Samps is still leading with 22, Topper still in second with 16, Jack still in third with 15, though also with a help available, as has Colo on 12. Here's question number 4. Good luck. Who plays the title character in the 1991 film Hudson Hawk? Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bruce Willis, or Pierce Brosnan? Sensible multiplier there from Colo. He was the 3rd fastest, only 3 getting it right. Jack fastest, Saps the 2nd, Colo 3rd, but using the multiplier to double his 7 up to 14 is going to stand him in good stead. Still got 5 helps available for the final question. Zeus and Jers also getting that right in the Boneyard. Zeus is going to take the crown back. The answer was C, Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, let's reorder the board. Colo jumps up to 2nd, and we have still got a tie in the danger zone. David, Odd Garrett and ABME. Pyro, you are going to need a correct answer, and you're going to need to multiply. Because getting it right fastest will only tie with the players above you, and even then, they may still get it right, and they've all got helps as well. So, strategy might need to be employed here. David, Odd Garrett, AB, me. A nerf will get you 3 out of the danger zone, but not if all 3 of you do it. Which is really interesting. Really, really interesting. If David, Odd Garrett, and AB, me all nerf here, then they'll all go up to 13 and we'll all still be in a tiebreaker position. They won't be able to overtake Shapes, who will be safe, and it will come to a tiebreaker question, unless Pygmy gets it right and multiplies, in which case you 3 will be eliminated. So, proper Golden Balls logic going on here. So if David, Odd Garrett, ABB all nerf, and Pyro Pygmy gets it right and multiplies, then David, Odd Garrett, and ABB will be eliminated, assuming Pyro gets it right. So, a lot of things to think about. How are you going to play this question? I wish you the very best of luck. Here is question number 5. If you're all pass and one of you gets it right, you share the pennies. Which of these countries' national flags has a bird on it? Zambia, Burundi, Guinea-Bissau, Malawi. Pyro Pygmy was the first to answer. They have multiplied. Interesting, David or Garrett and AB Me aren't multiplying. They have all nerfed and Pyro Pygmy was wrong! So we are going to a tie-break situation. Because David or Garrett and AB Me will not have done enough to get out of the boneyard, especially with Shapes, Topper and Jack getting that one right. Topper actually fastest there for 9 points. Jack was second for 8, doubling up to 16. And Shapes was third for 7. Worth it! Oh, if Pyro Pygmy had gotten that one right, you'd have all been terribly sad. The answer was A, Zambia. It's got an orange eagle on its flag. You didn't know. Well, it was worth a guess, worth a punt. Zeus is going to take sole monarchy of the boneyard. Let's reorder the board. And yes, I was absolutely right. Pyro Pygmy, you will be eliminated, but we have got a tie between David, Odd Garrett, and AB Me, all on 13. Of course, you don't get any boost going into this round, but only one of you can progress. So, to solve that, we're going to have a tiebreaker question. Notice the multipliers are inactive. Answer in the form of a whole number without punctuation. The answer will be a number. However far away from that number you are, that is the number of points you'll get. The person with the lowest points will retain their score. Everyone else, in orange that is, will lose a point, drop to 12, and therefore be eliminated. Sort of, that's how the tiebreaker works. You lose points rather than gaining them for reasons of fringe cases. So, good luck to you all. Here is your tiebreaker question. Whole number to the bot, no commas, punctuation or spaces. Good luck. As of 8 PM on the 28th of March 2022, how many followers does the World Bollard Association at World Bollard have on Twitter? Garrett's in. David's in. AB Me's in. David's gone for 16,000. Garrett's gone for 70,000. AB Me's gone for 1,650. Shape's saying, bollards. Why's my dog barking in the garden? Now, there was a weird fringe bug when there was a tiebreaker before the final. I think I patched it out, but it might do something weird on the screen, but the game logic should continue. The correct answer was 66,203. So Odd Garrett was the closest there with 70,000. Very well played. DVD Smith and AB Me, you lose a point, drop down to 12. Pyro Pygmy, because you're also in the danger zone, you also lose a point, drop down to -1. But we now have got 3 players in the danger zone. Very well done to our 6 finalists, Jack, Samster, Colo, Topper, Shapes, and Odd Garrett. You are all in the danger zone final this week. But, very sadly, David, AB Me, Pyro Pygmy, it is the end of the round in the negative club. It is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. And there we go. Coming to the final round, and the points have been settled thusly. In the final, your points start on the total number of questions you've gotten right, minus the number of times you have appeared in the danger zone, which is why Shapes is starting on 1, Topper and Odd Garrett on 5, Jack on 8, Samster on 9, and Colo on 12. So obviously, if Colo had got 15 right and been in the danger zone 3 times, 15 minus 12, 15 minus 3 gives you 12. So there's 5 questions to go. Let's take a look at the final round. Hopefully you've spotted the theme running through that does persist into this final round. The category is general knowledge. Multipliers and nerfs are inactive as ever. Whisper your answers to the bot. And 6 points if you're fastest and correct. 5 for second, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1 is how it goes. Keep playing if you're in the boneyard as well, because King or Queen of the boneyard could await you if you are successful at the end. To our 6 finalists, though, the very, very best of luck. Colo with advantage. It's the final round. General knowledge. Let's play Danger Zone. He's a clever Dick on the touchline, but which of these clubs is Dutch football manager Dick Advocaat not managed? Is it Ajax, Utrecht, Feyenoord, or PSV Eindhoven? And incidentally, hello, Pyro Pygmy. Welcome to the game. Wow. Only Jers in the boneyard getting that one. All of our top flight players getting it wrong. It's Ajax. Ajax was the answer. So going to be no changes to the scores there. Sausage question apart from Jers. And Colo's going to be very happy with that. It is A. Let's reorder the board. Just creeping up one place there. as we move on to question. Can I ask you a question? Very nice. Question number 2. Take a look at this. Which of these Pokemon is one of the few fire types to appear in the original Sinnoh Pokedex in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl? Is it Slugma, Ponyta, Vulpix, or Growlithe? Gary getting 6, Samster second for 5, Jack getting 4. Zeus also reclaiming a solo crown in the Boneyard. The answer is B, Ponyta. They are all fire types, but Ponyta, the only one that appears on the Sinnoh Pokedex in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Let's reorder the board. Kolo slipping to third, or rather joint second, I should say, with Jack, both on 12. Samster reclaiming the lead on 14. Odd Garrett on 11, Toppers on 5, Shapes on 1. Zeus with 11 in the Boneyard. Here's question 3. The roller coaster known as The Big One, formerly sponsored by Pepsi Max, can be found at which UK theme park? Is it Thorpe Park, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Flamingo Land, or Lightwater Valley? I've been to 2 of those, but not the one that had the big one. I went to Thorpe Park and I've been to Lightwater Valley, but I've never been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach nor Flamingo Land. Lots of people getting it right, and everyone in our main game getting it apart from Shapes. Samster was fastest, Topper was second, Odd Garrett getting 4, Jack for 3, and Kodo picking up 2. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is what we wanted. Let's reorder the board. Zeus hanging on to the crown. Samster extending his lead, now 5 points clear of Jack. And Odd Garrett both on 15. Kolo slips into third on 14. Toppers on 10. Shapes on 1. Gold, silver and bronze all still available in this game. Let's take a look at question number 4. Speaking in 2011, Boris Johnson claimed which London 2012 Olympic venue was lovingly rubbed with rhubarb? The Aquatic Centre, the Copper Box, the Olympic Stadium, the Velodrome. Lovingly rubbed with rhubarb. Oh! And again, it's a wipeout at the top. No one in our main game getting it right, which means advantage well and truly with Samster as we go into the final question. The answer is D, the Velodrome. Well done to Zeus and Natter getting that one right, and Zeus securing his Boneyard medal. Very well played there. Let's reorder the board. Yeah. Zeus guaranteed to win the Boneyard now. Very well played. It is Samster who has got the right advantage here going into this question. If he gets this one right in any capacity, at the very least he will be tied at the top. If he gets it right 6th and everyone else gets it right, and Jack and or Odd Garrett are first, then it will be a tie at the top. If Samster gets it right in any position other than last, then he is guaranteed to win this game. Kodo can force a tie in first place if he gets it right first. Jack and Odd Garrett get it wrong, and Samster gets it wrong. Could happen. Let's see what it brings. Good luck. Here's question number 5. The EastEnders character Ian Beale is played by which actor? This is the last question. I've got nothing left. Steve McFadden, Sid Owen, Adam Woodyard, or Jake Wood? All 6 getting it right at the top, but it was Samster who was fastest there. Adam Woodyard, Steve McFadden, I believe, is Phil Mitchell. Sid Owen, was that Ricky, I want to say, and Jake Wood, I think, was Branning, Max Branning, possibly. I've got nothing left. There is something of an injustice of Jack not getting that one right first when it was his buzzer. But yeah, the theme pervading through that round, they were all buzzers used in Buzz Off, which was the tournament game in Season 5 way back when. And yeah, something of an injustice there, but that's how the game goes. And Natter and Pyro Pygmy getting that in the Boneyard, so let's reorder the board one last time. It is Zeus who is king of the Boneyard tonight with 13 points. Natter is second in the Boneyard with 12, and David in third with 11. Very well done. Times that score by 10, and we'll give you that in pennies. As to our main players, Shapes finishing in 6th with 3 points. Topper and, sorry, in 5th for Shapes. Topper and Kolo in joint 4th with 15 points each. The bronze medal goes to Jack Wilfred with 18, a silver to Odd Garrett with 19, but our gold medalist with 26 points. Very many congratulations to Samster. Very well played, Samster. And let's just check out the Danger Zone medal tables. In fact, let's go and look at the players because it'll be faster. Jack Wilfred, first of all. How does that fare for your medal cabinet right here? It's another bronze. That's 3 bronzes and 2 silvers. One day you'll get the gold, but it's not going to be today. But very well done. A 3rd bronze medal for Danger Zone for you right there. As for Garrett, Odd Garrett, I keep calling you Garrett rather than Odd Garrett. I hope that's okay. 1st medal in Danger Zone, only 2nd medal overall. You got a gold for the survivor, scaler, I suppose, of the pyramid once before, and now a silver medal for Danger Zone. Very well played. But it is... why do I keep pressing back? I don't need to press back. I need to just press players. Our winner is Samster. How many medals is this for you in Danger Zone now? This is your 9th gold medal in Danger Zone. Very well played. 2 silvers and 3 bronzes as well. But your 9th gold medal. Could you be the first player to get 10 golds? I think you are leading the Danger Zone medal table at the moment. Let's take a look. Yeah, 9 golds now, 2 silvers and 3 bronzes. Could be the first player to get 10 golds in Danger Zone. That would be quite an achievement. But for now, it's 9. Very well played. GG's all round. And let's give you some final bonus pennies to end the night off. Danger71 for 10 pennies at the end of the night. And that is going to be it from me. 20 to 11 is quite a late stream tonight. I did start a little bit late. But yeah, even with just 3 games, it's gone on quite late. But I hope you've all had a good time. Thank you all very much for joining me. What's going on this week? Our bro Topper, our famous friend Topper1 Gaming. Do go give him a follow. I've taken the full stop out of the link now, so you'll get the correct link. Topper is going to be doing checklist and the 21st question tomorrow over on his channel. Definitely go and check him out and give him your love and support. As for Bash, who I think is gigging tonight, as he is wont to do over bank holiday weekends, he's going to be back on Wednesday with 15 to 1 and next Friday as well with Redacted and Turnabout. So do go give him some love as well. As for me, I'm going to be back next week actually, he is back. He's back in the server. He must be back from gig. I think he's over on the Game Show Marathon, which we're going to go raid into in just a tick. As for me, I'm going to be back Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday next week. Tuesday, we've got Plinko from Fired, followed by, at the moment, 2, but it should be 3 packs of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and there'll also be a face-off squeezed into there. So Tuesday looking like it could be quite a late one. I'll try and get things started sharpish. Thursday, it says the Answer Trap Blitz, but we haven't got a writer for it, so that will probably turn into Only Connect or something similar from me. We've got another face-off game this Thursday, the final of the Day 3 heats, and we've got Risky Business from Natter. That's this Thursday at 8. And if you're only around at the weekend, next Saturday, we've got Number Wang, face-off, The Hive. Big Break is down. I might turn that into something else, or I might keep it a shortish stream. But yeah, Big Break has been a bit... the question bank's a bit exhausted at the moment. So yeah, Number Wang, Face Off, and The Hive from me, certainly. So that's next Saturday, and a message from our sponsor, Zeus.
Thanks for the stream, Ben. Factory Flying Saucer Dumpling Hole.
Factory Flying Saucer Dumpling Hole. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. It's very much appreciated. Thank you for all the support and the love over here. And well done again on your face-off victory tonight. One final date for your diaries. Sunday week, the 19th of June. I am going to be doing a special stream with my dude HUD601, who we raided the other day. I think we raided him on Thursday. He's a top chap. He's a Sonic speedrunner, and he's raising money all this month for Bristol Pride. And last year, you may recall, we did an almost spontaneous Sonic-themed game night on the Sunday evening, followed by a Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 race. We're doing that again, but we're actually planning it this year. The games are still TBC. There will be video game and Sonic theme, but not exclusively. It will be a coming together of the community, so there'll be Huds' community, and all you guys are also very welcome to come and join. It's raising money for a great cause, and there'll probably be some prizes up for grabs as well. Still to be confirmed exactly what we're going to play, but I've got some ideas that I need to chat through with Huds in due course, and that's going to be Sunday week, the 19th of June. Please do put it in your diaries, and please do come along. I always love a collaboration stream, and it's always good to raise money for such a great cause. We are going to go and raid into the 24-hour game show marathon. They are still going at the moment. I see a few names that I recognise in the chat over there. There's a David Bodycombe and a Toad Boy and a Puzzled Dan, Thandry as well. So lots of names that we already know over there. So let's go say hi and give them some love. Have we got a raid message? 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 Did I say anything amusing tonight? Space, yeah, gotta be space. There we go, that'll do. Space. No, because I haven't said it tonight, Samster. There's our raid message, space. With lots of stuff. Let's go raid them, say hi, give them some support. If you're in a position to donate, then please do so. That'll be really good. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I've got a concert tomorrow night, which I'm looking forward to. All last night, the proms and patriotic and stuff. So big fun. I've got to go and learn Land of Hope and Glory before then on the organ, which is quite hard because the singing bit isn't. The in between bit, the pomp and circumstance march, is a bit. Anyway, press the space button again. All right, press the space button. There you go. And until next time, you have been watching Game Night with DangerZone, Face Off, Set Game, and whatever Moneybox. My mind's gone blank. DangerZone, Face Off, Moneybox, and Set Game. I hope you've had a good time playing. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Until Tuesday, unless I catch you on Toppers tomorrow, which I might do. Might be around. Dylan's going back to school on Monday, so I might be doing sort of prepping, getting back ready to go back to school. No, we're not going to play that just now. Just before my mind's more to be discussed on that. Do come and join the Discord if you want to come and join the discussion on that front. Until next time, you've been watching Game Night. I've been Royal Flush. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Peace out and good night.